if he had the Might of the Abyss cast, and it's the
Ah,
same color as Baron's Spirit Guardians.
I see. I see. Also, I just realized I didn't even get a picture for one of the creatures you guys are gonna fight.
Bro, why would you even?
Subseason.
It's kind of a dumb question, but it's fine. It's fine. We're freaking out. It's okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Nate. No, dear. Oh, dear Lord. Somebody save us from
Well,
this nightmare that we've become.
Probably should have grabbed a
okay,
snack.
but I'm pretty sure there's a very, very big distinction between Charles and Gia for that.
By the way, the stream is active now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't warn anybody.
Nice, nice. All
Yo,
good, all good.
can you believe that in this modern day and age, we still have to explain to people that there's a difference between spell attacks and weapon attacks? Makes me want to cry.
Sad days.
Literally, some
All of the
dude on
sad
Reddit
days.
was like, he could not convince one of his players that inflict wounds does not include them swinging their weapon. It's like, inflict wounds. That describes hitting them with a sword, but it is also not the spell. Because inflict
You know,
wounds has a range of touch, because you need to touch them, like, with your hand. So fucking annoying. Because it would say a range of 5 feet if it was possible to deal with a weapon. And it would also call for a melee weapon attack in the spell's description.
I'm regretting my choices.
which choices?
Oh.
I looked up orange slime monster on Google to try and find a
Oh.
picture for
Oh
the
no.
monster.
And all he got was either SCP or SCP hentai.
No, there's actually so far I've only seen okay, there's a couple, yeah, SCPs.
We've
But
seen a little.
there's a lot of monster girls.
Mm. See, you
I don't know what
included the keyword slime. You should have said ooze.
Fair.
You Google anything, and it really only takes a few clicks before you find something that's a little strange.
You see, you find anthropomorphized anime girls of the thing you were describing.
Yeah. Exactly that.
It's like, but I just googled the 1997 Challenger disaster. It's like, yeah?
I
You think
just
people don't
looked
get
up
off to trails of smoke and explosions?
1984! Why did we get a monster girl when I looked up 1984?
Bruh.
The internet has a wonderful habit of looking at something and being like, okay, but what if it had boobies?
You know?
I'm pretty convinced that someone thought of it. I'm pretty sure a Frenchman heard about the Declaration of Independence and then made the Statue of Liberty.
Honestly, that's probably it.
1700s fucking. Yo, the Moimorphism fucking subreddit from fucking shit posting since 1776.
Yeah. This is probably not. It's probably going to give similar results if I just switch out the word from slime to ooze.
Unfortunately, there's not much you can do to prevent seeing anime women
I know, there really isn't.
of life.
It's a big sad.
You could try Bing, but after a couple of clicks, you might end up with the Sandy Hook massacre.
What?
You know?
Oh god.
What?
No, the joke is that if you ask something from Google where Google will censor it, Bing will be like, "Yo, Chief, you want to see a dead body?"
Fair. completely
That
fair.
sounds about right.
Bing is Google with no
God.
chill.
I've been subbed to you for 14 months. Holy shit.
Did you just
Dang.
re-enlist your sub or something?
Dedication.
Or are you just looking at it?
I'm looking at my sub anniversary.
Ah, I see. That means I've been I've been a affiliate for 14 months.
Indeed.
Wow.
Dear Lord.
Wow. Wow.
Honestly, I don't think I've found anything that I truly like.
Fair enough. Uh, that would kill me. That would
What?
literally kill me. Shut up. No. No.
What? What would?
Don't worry about it.
Are you, like,
Don't
looking at
even worry about
subs?
it. Don't even fucking worry about it.
Oh.
I could just use a picture of SCP-999, but that would make you not want to fight the monster.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I really don't. Maybe you guys hate SCP-999.
Whatever do you mean?
All my SCP opinions.
Maybe you guys want to actually kill SCP-999 for whatever reason.
Maybe I do.
Why would you, though?
I don't know. Just because.
I mean, this is what I got after like 8 seconds of searching. Hold on. Where's the... I got this. Bang. And then just beneath that was this.
Gonna see a cool picture of some. Yep, yeah, I saw that. That's one of the ones that I saw. Goodness.
Do you think somebody's made an SCP tabletop RPG?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure I've actually heard of that.
I wouldn't put it against people to do that.
Man, if you want something that will want to stomp out of existence immediately, here's a picture.
Oh boy.
You know, you're not wrong.
My instinct upon saying that is to do violence.
I would like to commit a hate crime. What do I have to roll? A will save?
I would like to commit hate crime against that. Please and thank you.
This is really funny because anybody watching the stream will not be able to see the context for this. Oh.
You know?
Yeah, that's the funny thing. If
An
What does it look
abomination
like?
to man, what do I roll?
that thing's got like organs in it. That's creepy.
I think that's
Use
cool.
it. Use it.
I mean, I'm already using one of them.
You don't want the one with organs in it?
I mean, it's cool, but not particularly the vibe I'm going for.
Understandable.
Oh, so you were going after the third one, I see.
Yeah, yeah, going against the one that looks like a friggin' germ. That
Oh,
everyone would
jeez.
like to stomp out of existence because what in God's name is that anyway?
Fucking Coco Melon.
Clorox wipes.
It's literally a Coco Melon character. At least
Is it
that's what it
really?
looks like. I don't think so, but it looks like
Oh,
it, and I
okay.
want to fucking kick it to death.
I don't know anything about Coco Melon, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Wait. That's odd.
God.
How
The
did
fucking a D&D game where the worlds fucking collide. Oh yeah, just the Nickelodeon slime come to life.
You know?
just the logo. Like it's been top secret this whole time. The green slime is just there to disguise the horrible truth of the orange slime. that they've been hiding in plain sight this whole time.
And I'm made of stone.
Nickname on another server is slime that moves wrongly currently.
Nice
So
guess.
just put me in there. I'll be the enemy this week.
I mean, I could.
I'll be the encounter.
It wiggles
Just use
intimidatingly.
as a picture of Karma. But then the internet would
You can
know
use
what you
that
look
picture
like.
of me with toast in my.
But then the
True.
internet would know what you look like. And do you really want that?
I mean, there are already pictures of me on the internet. They're just hard to find.
Fair.
That's true.
I mean, I had a Facebook as a young child.
Fair.
So.
Yep.
And I also posted cosplay pictures of me on Tumblr when I was like 14.
Get rid of that. There we go. All right.
I deleted them, but I'm sure they're still out there because it's the internet.
So last
Somewhere.
we left off, you guys fought a giant creepy motherfucker
Yeah,
Indeed.
probably.
and
Open the roll
tore
20.
something out of its chest.
Mm-hmm.
I stole its heart.
Right.
It wasn't its heart; it was its core, not its
Close
heart.
enough.
Creepy puppet.
Similar
motherfucker.
thing. Anyways.
And I shouldn't be eating chips.
And then I put the
I could've
magic
grabbed
goopy
that.
thing in my pocket.
In your magic bag of materials.
And then I started
Yeah.
looking at shelves. Oh, jeez.
Alright. I forgot that last time I had
Holy shit.
I had Freya like fly off to go see if she can find survivors.
Fiver.
Well, of course she finds survivors, but still. To see if everyone else is okay.
Right.
Which, I mean, all things considered, we should
Down
have
off
Sis
of
to
the
have.
walls.
I mean, she's a tiny
What'd you
dragon.
Yeah.
She's a dragon. She has like a good fly speed, right?
Very much so. She also has like 60 feet of dark vision. Not dark vision. She has like 60 feet of blind sight, which means she doesn't even be able to see to detect people.
Yeah, neat.
As it turns out, dragons are super cool.
They're also really fucking scary to fight.
Especially this one would be.
I mean, any Dargon would kick our ass, so.
But specifically this one.
I mean, true.
A Durgan.
Because
Dargonians.
if you are unaware, I have stated that she's getting smaller because that's how radiant dragons work. They
No. That's how sun dragons
Well, that's
work.
how sun dragons work. They grow to about the size of an adult dragon. And then as they grow older than an adult, they start shrinking back down.
Full dragon.
They are about the size of a pupper when they are at their maximum strength.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Whereas the size of a normal
but,
dragon is correlated to their power, that is not the case with a sun or moon dragon. Because I think moon dragons do the same thing. I don't know. No?
Moon dragons do not.
Oh? Okay. Well, sun dragons do. It's because they're following the sun cycle.
Moon dragons have a personality shift in concert with the cycle of the moon.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
They go from lawful to chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Neat.
Their powers
That's
also
really
change
nice.
fundamentally to be different.
Yes.
And their personalities also wildly change.
Hey, Carlia, you want to show your friends around?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Then she goes back to flying off. Uh, so actually I have a small list of people that I did add to this, like, um, to this, well, to Veldesh's town. And I
Right.
will
I
say
mean,
it's a
there was-
town because it's not a huge population, like a city would be.
I remember we talked to, I think he was an innkeeper that was
Tied
tied
up.
up.
Uh, what was his name?
I don't know.
Hang on. Yes.
Uh,
Let me.
Quick
let
problem,
me- let
Tendo.
me
Is
find
this
it.
place supposed to be secret?
it is a secret, but very few people know about it.
Okay, then why is there an inn?
For people who do find out about it.
Seems like a
His
pretty bad
name-
business model. It's the fantasy version of it. He doesn't make his money off of the rooms. He makes his money off of being just the local bar.
Right.
Did you post the name? Gibber?
Ye-
Gibber works. I really forgot that I had already made an innkeeper.
No.
So when I was redoing it, I said Travis, the innkeeper.
Travis?
Travis.
Travis.
Such a normal person.
The two
And-
sides of the innkeeper spectrum clearly are Gibber and Travis.
No, it's the spectrum of D&D character names.
Completely normal name.
Characters the DM makes up like before the session are obtuse and completely fantasy names. Characters that they didn't expect to have to use have completely normal fucking names with weird gobbledygook last names. But
Except
only because the players insist on knowing what their full name is.
Except for
You
in
know?
this case, Gibber was made up on the spot, and Travis was something. Well, I guess Travis was also something I came up with on the spot, but it wasn't in a session.
Yeah, no, you had to think really hard to come up with Travis.
Travis.
And
Did I
this is
describe
why
what
I just
Gibber
have.
looked like?
I don't think
don't-
you did.
I don't think so. No.
No. They're brothers that have a rivalry over who
Travis
actually
and
owns the
Gibber.
inn. And Gibber has what they're both jaded because they think their parents gave them they both think that they were the ones that got the lazy name from their parents. And wants to be the better son.
Oh my goodness.
So much. This is obviously going to be the most important NPC.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go with that. Travis and Gibber.
Travis and Gibber.
Two brothers. Oh god.
I've been witnessing their rivalry for years.
They both now need to have other skills other than running an inn because there's no way two inns are profitable in this fucking town.
One of them serves really good drinks but really bad food.
The other one
and the
serves
other one's
really
the
good
exact
food
opposite.
but really bad drinks and is very hospitable.
And it's one building, but it's like split in half.
Like there's
Just
the
keep
smoking
your
and the
side, I'll
non-smoking
keep in
section.
mind.
Yeah.
They have completely fundamentally different philosophies on fucking mortal sins and vices.
Completely. Oh my god.
Yay!
Oh, dear lord. Anyway, moving
There's a very
on.
distinct line that splits the part that's stained with soot and the part that's been washed thoroughly. It like splits. There's like one chair that's at like this center table that neither one can move to either side of the inn. So it gets cleaned only on half of it, and like it even splits a chair. They're that petty about it. God.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but like I shared a room with my brother growing up, and there were points where our mom legitimately almost considered splitting the room in half with like a line of tape. So
That's hilarious.
it's just how it be sometimes.
Anyway.
It's a shop with two front doors that both go to that both
Yeah.
open into the same room.
Like they look
And
like separate buildings on the
there's
outside, but it's just the
clearly
same one on
there's
the
clearly
inside.
a floor. There's clearly a window that goes down to the floor that's been put in place where the door used to be, but they put a window there and then put the doors on either side of the building that both lead into the same
Oh
bench
goodness.
that lead into the
Okay.
same actual tavern.
Okay. Goodness
I've
gracious.
ruined it.
No. You've done enough.
Hey,
It's
rich
just
lore.
we need to move on.
Well, yeah, we need to get to this tavern and decide which side that we're gonna sit on.
Goodness. Uh. So. Yeah. Uh. There are a few. Specifically, a few NPCs. Uh. And I think just from the character's memory, Carlia should be able to remember them.
Yeah.
So there's Coffer, Old Lady Melody, Gibber and Travis, and Garbuk.
Ooh.
Coffer runs the general store. Old Lady Melody, I think what I have her doing is just like running like a flower shop.
Aw.
Gibber and Travis are the innkeepers, and then Garbuk is just an orcish lover of books.
We love that.
Wow, just like that guy in Skyrim.
You know?
Have you
I
brought
don't
more
want-
books for my library?
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly.
It's all coming full circle.
Oh my god.
Oh god. All right. Which place would you like to show off first?
Well, I mean, where would you guys like to go?
I mean, are there any smiths in this town?
I did not think about a smith. Why do
I
you need
mean,
a smith?
craftsmen of any kind. I don't have a shop, remember? I don't have
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
that's true.
workshop right now.
So
If I
you
wanted to
need-
get any work done while we're here, I need a shop with which I can borrow.
Just gonna roll this to see what.
Hell, the
I
shop, the guy that
choose.
owned the property that used to be owned, like, here's an idea. There used to be a craftsman in town, but he didn't have an heir, and the place just fell into dilapidation, and it got foreclosed on, and the taxman got murdered by the fucking funny puppet man. So now no one owns it.
That works. I guess that works, yeah. Nondescript,
Decrepit workshop.
nondescript decrepit workshop. Yes, that works.
I'm just gonna. If we pass by it, my character will be like, "Who owns this?" And just look at the fucking mess. I'll just. If we pass by it, I'll walk in and I'll just like be like, I mean, there is a forge, and there is a furnace and an anvil. I mean, I can work with this.
It's just not
My
a very
character,
good one.
my character has all the tools. He just doesn't have like the things you can't carry with you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's literally just like that collection of like the fire pit plus the anvil plus the grinding stone plus the tanning rack that's at every single Skyrim village. All
You know?
stuffed into this like
Hell yeah.
cubicle of a building. But everything's just like a little rusty. Like I can work with this.
uh,
How long before somebody makes a comment about sweet rolls?
well, not very long if you decide to be the one to do it.
Mayhaps.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
Oh, your sweet roll.
Did someone steal
It's
Inigo's
a
sweet
known
roll?
fact that dragonborns love sweet rolls. This is just how it is.
I mean, you can't deny it.
All right.
Have you heard of this fantastical spice called cinnamon?
Have you heard of the high elves?
We used to know one of those. She kind of got like tied up with the man.
I don't
I don't know. They might have.
Man.
I think she got caught for tax evasion or something.
You know?
Yeah, that's about. So Rebel gets arrested for tax evasion.
Oh,
That was the
Armor
whole.
can't protect you from that.
God won't protect you from that.
Yeah, no, it's just like
Oh God.
what's his name? The guy that ran all the things. He got caught on fucking tax evasion. It was the IRS that got him, not the FBI.
All right. So I guess we can start with the general store. When you take a step inside, and should I relay this information to? I should, because Carlia did live here.
Mhm.
You look for the little chest on the on the counter. Everyone else notices the please give soft pats for service.
There's a sign that says this.
Yes, and it's just like an arrow pointing at the chest.
My character's gonna raise an eyebrow. It's like, where's the owner of this establishment? Or
Well,
Just-
right here, obviously, and then I will give soft pats.
Alright, what is it? What do you want? As the chest like starts flapping its like hinges. Tiny mimic. Coffer.
I name mimic.
Oh, Carlia.
Hi.
Where have you been?
Away for a while. It's a bit of a long story.
I'd imagine. It's been a couple months.
Yeah.
You're the only one who heeds the sign, so I was like kind of missing it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, what brings
But,
you to the store today?
Just wanted to show my friends around and do some shopping.
Oh? What are you looking for specifically?
I mean, I don't know. What are we looking for specifically? Is there anything that either of you need?
I don't have money to buy anything.
Hint, hint. Because bad luck is now gone, potions might be important.
True.
For the time being, at
Also, I
least.
seem to be the one holding all of the money.
I mean, I think I have some.
I mean, I'm not saying like I don't have any money. It's just that there are other things with which I can spend money on a
Right.
regular basis.
Yes.
You tend to spend more because you're always making stuff.
Making
Indeed.
stuff. Ooh.
And my class literally requires me to spend money for infusions. Fucking sucks, dude. Anyways,
Seems like kind of a cheat. Cheats you out of a class. If you don't have money, then you don't have a class.
I mean,
If
well,
you're poor, you're not allowed to be an artificer. classic.
Well, yeah, like it requires money to make my homunculus, and it requires money to make scrolls and shit. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, there's actually a couple of things that are like, oh, this is gonna cost you 300 gold. It's like, fuck you! I gotta get this from a level up. Fuck off. Anyways, carry on. I'll be looking at like their nails or whatever. Not like the chest nails. Like if they have nails. Looking at the quality.
So, Carlia, when exactly did you get friends? Like, as it just like a hand comes out of the mouth to point at the both Crescent Moon and Roy, and just be like those.
Well, I met them during the aforementioned hard to explain long story about my sudden disappearance. But we've been working together for a while, so
Ah,
traveling and whatnot.
Carlia is a real good kid. Take good care of her.
Been trying. Bit, tough.
Waves away the fact that Carlia was
Crescent
literally
Moon
punctured
just,
by
like-
a javelin forever ago.
Don't
Literally-
worry about it. I've been
Literally, Crescent Moon just has, like,
I almost,
flashbacks.
yeah.
I
Right.
only almost died twice. It's fine.
Yeah, like there was that time with the ogre, and also that time I got stabbed while I was shopping, and also when those things that latched onto our faces, and all the rats. But it's been fine.
I mean, did the rats ever hurt you? I don't think you've
No,
been hit
Rats
by a
haven't
rat.
hit
Fighting rats.
anybody.
I think they hit Gehrman once.
Like, we're talking about the rats from like very beginning.
I'm talking
the
of every
campaign.
time we've encountered a rat combined.
So many rats.
Well, I don't think the rats have ever hit anybody. They've actually, I think they
They've
might have
just been
hit
a mild
Crescent
nuisance.
once.
Yeah,
Yeah,
once, and then it was
that's
just minimal damage.
Yeah, I gotta get you some bracers of defense as well. Then can't have that happening anymore.
When-
I'm
if
just
he
mostly thinking back
does-
to when we were fighting that the fucking what was it? Was it vampires or something in
Yeah.
the sewers? And everybody else was fighting like the actual hard enemy, and I was just sitting there stabbing rats.
Oh yeah.
Look, you are a cat. Dealing with rodents is like in
No,
your
you're-
blood.
She's a dragon.
Oh wait, I was thinking
Oh God,
of.
here
I
we
was
go
thinking
again.
I was thinking of croissant. Fuck up.
We are
God.
literally we are always cursed to have people mix us up. I've known Cisa since middle school, and this has been happening like our entire fucking lives.
You're
It will
welcome.
never end.
It's leaked into our D&D lives now. Oh shit.
God.
You're both animal people to me. Character is
Again.
subtly racist somehow.
Again, it's
Lord.
sort of because this time you guys both have characters that actually start with the same letter and the same sound.
That is true. But even just in general, this has been happening for so long.
I know.
And you're one of the worst people about it, Drayson.
No, I'm not.
Well, you
Ian gets
were.
called out.
You're
Right.
it's not anymore, really.
I do it sometimes, but not a ton.
You used to be. It used to happen constantly with you. It was kind of funny.
Anyway.
Stabbing rats.
Anything in particular I can help you find?
Some health potions would be nice.
I could do that. He, like, his hand extends from the, like, mouth of the chest far into, like, the corner of the shop as he pulls picks up one and pulls it close to him. And then puts his hand back in his mouth. Like these?
Yeah, how much would that be?
They're pretty hard to get, so 10 gold apiece?
That sounds pretty good to me. I don't know. How many do you think we should get?
Anywhere there?
He picked out one, but from the corner of the shop, you can notice that there's at least, like, 3 or 4 more.
Mm.
I mean, healing potions don't go all that far. Their biggest utility is being able to pick someone up when they go down.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of what
And
we need.
yeah, well, with the owl, like it would be good. I think it would behoove us to have a couple spares, but at least one for each person, so they can wear it on their like belt or something, so the owl can just grab it and stuff it in their mouth. Because I don't think the owl can carry around like, I don't think it can
A
consistently
backpack of
carry around like
potions.
14 pounds worth of fucking glass bottles with red Kool-Aid
Unless
in
it
them.
has a bag of holding.
It does. That is also a 10-pound item by default.
Oh, it is?
Yes. It's
Well, the
either
bag
5 or
of
10
holding
pounds.
will make it lighter.
It will make the net weight lighter, but like my main thing is like the owl that has to carry that around and reach into it, pull the thing out, and then feed it to the person. My main concern is like how, like, I mean, legally it could do it, but I'm just thinking from like a practicality standpoint.
Yeah.
I mean, I could refashion it into an owl backpack, but then it can't even reach into the bag, so it kind of has to be
Yes, it
hanging
could.
from its talons.
Yes, it could,
It's
because
an owl.
it could turn its head around and then stuff its beak
I
down.
that's what I'm trying to like. I know owls can like turn their heads pretty far, but that's like neck breaking.
But I mean, like, they don't really have the distance to articulate their neck beyond
Yeah,
that. Like, they can
like turn
rotate, but
it
they
like
can't like
Okay,
yeah.
fair.
they can't crane their neck like a crow or a any like bird that can crane their neck. Yeah, and their neck is mostly just for rotation and preening.
Yeah.
Anyway, 3 or
Long
4.
story short, we
So
still should have at least enough for the 3 of us, and then a couple of spares, if
So, like,
not an extra one for each.
4 or 5 potions total is
Yeah.
how many there are.
How many do we have?
How many did Gearman make?
I think he's made 3 in total, and he's used 1.
One of them was a greater potion, right?
Don't we still have that one?
Hold on, let me look
Oh,
at
he did make
this.
a greater one. He did make a greater one
I
over
can
the
check
last
it.
over the
Gearman.
last thing, but I think he gave it to. Didn't he give it to like Croissant or something?
No, he's got a greater potion of healing and just a potion of healing.
Um, hmm. I feel. Well, it would be up to him if he wanted to hand off the greater one to someone.
Yeah,
I think
we can
considering the person
switch.
that's used the most would have been Carlia, so I think he would have given the greater one to Carlia and then kept the regular one for himself.
We can talk to Bad Luck after this session and see what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Yes.
But should
we
we
should
just
still get like at least 3.
Okay.
I mean, that is 30 gold, so it's up to you guys. Speaking of which, quick question to the DM. This is the general store, but is there like a pawn shop in this town, or does this place pretty much pull like double duty, and it's just like any of like the shops you would have expected in a town? Main reason.
Imagine if it had a gift shop being like, "Oh, hi. Congratulations on finding this place. Take a gift and get out."
I mean, my
Well, take
main
a
thing
gift
is
and get out.
that
You can
this
get a
place is
keychain that's got the statues on it.
my main thing is this place is in the middle of nowhere, and likely the people that would find this would be adventurers, and they might need like supplies, so they would be likely to pawn off things they were carrying with them. So my main thing I was looking for was to see if there was a place that would fit that description, if not this place itself. Specifically, because I was going to see if they maybe had like maps to treasure hoards of some description. Because I need rare materials, very specific
Fair.
materials.
Fair.
So
Fair question. Um.
we're gonna come across a +1 adamantine sword, and I'm gonna fucking put it in a blender.
This is. This store does stand as, like, just a general purpose store, so anything that you might need or want can be found.
But like, does this person like ever buy things from passersby that seem that might be of value? Like, do they do the whole, I'll take off 15 gold if you'll trade me for that thingamathang, like a pawn shop? Do they do that? Because mainly it comes down to, would they have gotten their hands on things that adventurers were carrying with them and were willing to part with for money?
I mean, that's up to you. Do you want to ask him that?
I mean, I'll try.
You mean something like... And he just, like, kind of... It takes a little bit, but he pulls something out of his own mouth. And it's just like...
I'm just gonna say on the sidebar. See, that's where you hide the map, inside the chest. No one will find your treasure if no one knows where it is.
And he pulls out, like, just a basic sword. People have come here and sold me anything just to get a discount.
Mm.
Damn.
And I'd be willing to part with just about anything. Just ask and I may have it.
Well, pulls out a list. It's pretty much just, you got anything adamantine and or a map to potentially that an adventurer left behind because they gave up on trying to find treasure or something.
Adamantine in particular, that's pretty rare to come across. And
Tell me about it.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody carrying one. Carrying anything out of it, adamantine. As
what about
for a map,
mithril?
Mithril? I've seen one or two, but they've never wanted to part with it.
Like, my character's just like putting check marks on a fucking piece of paper. Alright, any of the 7 rare sky metals.
You might be here for a minute.
It's like, okay, just checks that one off immediately when it doesn't know what he's talking about. Has anyone come in with the dew claw of a Balrog?
Why would you carry that on you?
Okay, so that's a no. And this will take like 4 minutes of my character just asking for completely esoteric shit. That it just is like, look, man, I got this map. if he has one,
he does like pull out a map, and he's just like, look, I don't know what any of the rest of that stuff is, but I'd be willing to tack this on for like maybe a couple silver. I don't know.
Deal, I'll just reach in my pocket and throw. I think I have like 40 silver on me. Hold on, let me look at my screen. Oh god, my character sheet's not up. Oh jeez.
Oh yeah, who wants to pay for the potions?
I can do it.
I have 150 silver.
Me.
So how much does he want for the?
Cat, the fuck are you doing?
I was gonna say 5, but 5 is like very low when it comes to silver.
All right,
maybe
20.
Yeah.
Yeah. I toss in 20 silver to the pile.
He just like, he's like, pleasure doing business with you. As he just like grabs the money up in his like,
he just slurps it up, and then you just hear like what sounds like crunching, but it's just filing it away into like different stacks depending on the type.
Yeah,
it just like, looks like he's chewing.
He just grabs it and then swallows it in his mouth. That's where you gotta keep all your most precious, most valuable things.
In your mouth.
Indeed.
How much gold do you have,
Caesar?
I has 199.
Okay, so you do have a little bit more than me. I have 110.
Of what?
Gold.
Oh, how much platinum you guys have?
I think I have 2.
I think everyone has 2, yeah, because I
have
spent one of
3.
my platinum and then someone else gave me one of theirs. I think, actually, no, I think it was you gave me your platinum in exchange for when I gave you, I think, Shield.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I definitely gave you a platinum for something. One of the
Yeah.
things you
Yeah. Nice.
Anyway,
Okay.
with that, you exit the shop. With
I don't have proficiency in cartographer's tools yet, because I don't have my auxiliary level.
with the
Or else I would have immediately made a check on it to see if it was actually legitimate.
I mean, there's some like tears, well, some small tears. Like it definitely seems like it's been around for a while,
Oh, it's an old map.
but it's also a little bit damp from being inside the inside a mimic's mouth.
Hmm.
I'll just air it out. I don't really
That's
have.
not with us now, right?
You know?
Or Gurman, I mean.
Say what?
Gurman's not with us right now, right?
I'd say that
I would say
probably
he's
just like wandered off to. Like,
Okay, I was just gonna ask like
I
what
don't
the in-universe reasoning is, if there was any.
he
Just
does
that-
have a plan to come back at some point.
So, long story short, we'll just assume he's either here or isn't, depending on if you need to interact with like a thing he's done. But once we get closer to like when we're like gonna actually get our auxiliary levels, like he's going to, and I've already talked to him about this. He's agreed to it. What was? Should I, Tando? Should I just describe the event now so that it makes
Yeah,
so that
so
we can just
because I
we
don't
could just
fully think I know what it is.
so he's going to, at one point, while he's with me looking at books, because we both have an interest in knowledge, because he's a hunter, so knowledge is power for him, and also my character is trying to find other stuff. So, considering this place is potentially dangerous, we went out on an exploration, and at one point, his back will start to, like, the fibers of his shirt that you can see on his back are gonna start to like glow orange, and he's gonna be like, "Ah, what the fuck?" As his back starts to burn, he's gonna pull his vest off that we've seen him wearing, and it's going to be revealed that he's got a symbol branded across his entire back that he doesn't recognize, and he's going to flash out of existence, and his vest will be just left on the ground.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. Yeah. I knew it had something. Well, probably had something to do with just the disappearance.
It was because his fucking he left his goddamn hunter symbol behind, so we had to come up with something else.
Yeah.
So
anyway, next on the docket, I guess, is meeting with Old Lady Melody. Just because, why not?
You said she runs a flower shop.
Yeah,
Right?
and it's
Aw.
at this moment that you remember, and you decide whether or not you want to warn them. Is just like, if she offers cookies, don't take them. They're hard as rocks.
I was concerned that since they were an herbalist, that you're gonna tell us it was fucking drugs or something.
I know. I had flashbacks once again to T-Cos being like, "God, please don't tell me there's the children's bones in these cookies." God damn.
No, she's not that kind of granny.
She's like, no, I gave up on human sacrifice decades ago. After
They're
I
not
picked up
children's bones, silly.
after I picked up my new addiction to psychedelic drugs. And experimental botanicals. Like everyone in this
Leave the
universe that is
night
old or
waiting
skilled at something, it's only because they're chasing a high.
God.
Like I've already established this with the Arcanists. They're trying to find a way to survive fucking fame crystal Fucking heroin.
God.
Anyway,
This is a meme. Do not take this seriously.
Old Lady Melody, her shop is more like a tiny booth. And, she's there because, like, other people aren't back in town yet from the puppeteer.
Right.
People are still getting out of the strings and finding their home. But you see that she is perfectly fine and in her shop.
I'm gonna raise my eyebrow. Can I make a? I wanna. Yeah, if I roll a history check, that my character has a really high chance of succeeding. But I didn't know what. I want to know if my character is familiar with the concept of hags.
She's not a hag either.
I know, but that's what my character would assume if he knew what a hag was, because she messes with vegetables and she also wasn't affected by a powerful creature. That would be my character's first assumption. Well, it might have been bad. It might have been Garesh's first assumption, because he'd be more familiar with that
Gearman?
kind of stuff. Gearman, whatever.
Not Garesh.
The
Garesh
other
isn't in
G.
this campaign.
So many character names.
With G's and C's and bruh. Anyways.
Bruh.
Oh, Carlia, dear. It's been a while.
Hi.
Oh God.
It has. Are you okay? It seems like that thing didn't get to you. How did you manage to
Oh, dearie,
not
don't
get
you
singled up?
remember? She, like, lifts up. From behind the stall, she looks like a tiny old lady, but she lifts up one of her arms, and you just see, like, massive muscles.
Ah.
Granny?
Her high was chasing the way of the swole this whole time.
Don't you remember, dearie? I can
Hi,
bench
Almor.
press a mountain.
Right. Not sure how I would have forgotten that.
Anyway, would your friends or you like some cookies?
I'm just gonna be like, no, thank you. But seeing as you are a proprietor of botanicals, I'm looking for something in the tomato family. Do you happen to carry nightshade?
She just, like, has a expression of, what? I'm concerned, but I'm... Surprisingly, I do. May I inquire the reason?
It's like, powerful neurotoxins can be quite useful in the crafting of materials designed to deal with vermin and the such. Can never be too prepared.
Yeah, who knows? We're gonna run into another swarm of rats.
I'm just making aerosolized rat poison.
Okay, but really, what do you plan on doing with Nightshade?
I don't know. I just want a really powerful fucking toxin in my inventory in case I ever come up with something I want to craft with it.
Ah. You're wanting to
What?
use a buffed poisoner feat.
I don't know. I probably won't pick up poisoner, mostly because I have other feats I need to pick up first.
True.
But mostly just because, what if I come up with an idea of like, oh, the monk wants to get like a cestus that has blades tipped with fucking poison or something later on in the campaign. Or something similar to that effect. I literally just came up with that. Don't judge me.
No, we're gonna judge you so hard.
Nice. Anyways.
You never know.
She just, like, kind of leans into Carly and is just like, dearie, is this man trustworthy?
Yeah. I mean,
Your word is good enough. She just, like, she stands up, and it's then you realize how tall she is. Like, she's human. She's just very tall.
buff granny.
And a detail I'd like to mention, she used to be an adventurer, but then old age got to her.
And then I took an age spell to the knee.
But she is marked for eternal combat, so she continues to press onward otherwise.
I am cursed with the way of the Everswole.
Here you are.
And how much will this be?
How much would Nightshade normally be?
It's a non-magical plant. Like, it's just a super toxic flower. So it's mostly the cost of the delicate work of like
Growing it.
growing it. Although if she uses magic, that she doesn't even have to touch it at that point. But it's
I
it's
don't
up
know.
to what she's willing to what she wants to charge for it. Like,
5
It's-
Is it more concerning that Roy wants Nightshade, or is it more concerning that this buff old lady is growing poison?
I mean,
To be
people grow
fair-
nightshade as just a hobby because they're fucking
I
psychos.
mean,
To be fair,
And she
isn't
runs a
Nightshade,
botanical
like,
shop.
a very pretty flower anyway?
Yeah.
that is true.
Mhm.
I forget.
Also-
Wait, is Nightshade one of those ones that when you touch it, it actually is like?
I'm
Is it
pretty
just
sure it's an
weird?
it's powerful enough to be an on contact poison, but ingested it is super lethal.
Right.
Also, don't burn it either.
Yeah, it's literally just don't fuck with that shit, which is why I'm putting it
Yeah.
into a fucking glass jar.
You see, she's actually touching it with her bare hands.
I'll be like, please don't, and I'm just gonna hold open a jar for her to put it in. And if you have any dried clippings, I'll take them off your hands. Just stuff them in the bottom.
Alright, concerning, but going along with it.
And and then when she's done, I will seal it tight, pull out like a small, like almost like a small, like, you know those bowls where you dip your fingers in,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will quickly light some wax to create like a little pool of wax, and I will seal the fucking lid of the jar really quickly. Like, this shit is fucking a biohazard, so my character is treating it with the utmost fucking concern. I will come back to this when I need it.
Okay.
Put it in the bag of holding.
Well, you guys don't have
Put
a bag
that
of
death
holding,
bo-
but just
Oh, we don't, right? I need to make one.
yeah. I don't imagine it to be too hard. It would probably just be like enchanting a bag.
It's an uncommon item, so
Yeah.
I have materials and such. We might need to get, I don't know, something that has like some weird spatial properties, like a blink dog. Can I steal a blink dog's kidneys and use those as the as the
No?
nexus
That
through
makes
which
me
I
so
can?
sad.
Oh, while you are here, I have some things I need to deliver to my sons.
Oh?
Do you think you could do them? Do you think you could do that for me?
Sure.
She just like pulls out a box like from beneath her feet and she just like places it on the table. I need these delivered to my sons. You know them. Travis and Gibber.
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh,
It's at this moment that if you try and pick up the box, I want you to do a strength check.
I want to try and pick up the box because I think it would be really funny. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
If you roll poorly,
Okay.
I have a solution if that's not enough.
It isn't. You try it, just like, you try and pick up the box, and you can feel your back audibly pop.
So, having witnessed how fucking strong she is, and the fact that did she lift it with two hands?
She lifted it with one.
Yeah.
Oh, did it look like there was any strain even on her part
No.
at all?
This granny
Oh.
is tough.
All right. Well, when seeing that we're not getting anywhere with this whole lifting business, I'm going to ritual cast. I'll just be like, just give me a minute, and you'll just see I'll like look around, grab a couple of like rocks and sticks, and you'll see me like roll them over my hands, and runes will appear on them, and I'll like form them into a circle on the ground, and then snap my fingers, This will take about 10 minutes because I'm casting as a ritual, and you'll see it like lift up off the ground, and there'll be a floating disc of energy that will support up to 500 pounds.
Hmm.
That's Tensor's floating disc, because I get that as a
Carla,
racial ability, as a
would
racial
you
spell.
like to say anything about the box?
Can I ask what's in the box? Are these supplies for the inn, or?
Also supplies for my sons.
Hmm.
It's a pretty heavy box. What kind of supplies are?
She just like, as you ask, she just like looks away.
Highly compressed potatoes. They are the stones of the earth. Like, aren't rocks the stones of the earth? Don't question my ways. Have you ever grown a vegetable in stone? They come out very hard. I'm sorry, I just find that too funny.
Anyway, you just like slide the box onto the tensor's floating disc.
Yes. Does it even struggle to hover? Like, it can support up to 500 pounds. Like,
It
what are we looking
dips,
at?
like,
Does it,
a
like...
tiny bit.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, it'll follow right behind us when we walk. Magic shopping cart, go!
Yes.
I have a tool for most occasions.
Next stop is the inn. Because you have been tasked with delivering this now. So,
Yes. God damn
anyway.
it. You didn't ask for payment. I'm just gonna poke her in the side.
She's an old lady
asked-
who's also like
I thought she asked
effectively
for
my
like
neighbor.
5 silver.
Oh, I paid
Out of
I paid her for 5 silver.
Oh, yeah.
I already took it off my character sheet.
Oh, okay.
I to retort to that she's an old woman is like, you give deference to old people because they're brittle. Does she look like she's fragile? She could wrestle an ox.
You know, thanks she's not doing that.
In my prime, even the gods feared me.
We hear that in the distance as we're walking away. She's not even talking to us. She's just like fucking reminiscing out loud. Like she's clearly lost it. And Carlisle just thinks to herself like, "Oh yeah, that's why I don't hang out with her."
Anyway, as you're pulling up to the inn, both the brothers show up at the same time. Gibber, a lizardman, and Travis, a half-elf.
I'm just gonna stand there for a second, like, you're just gonna see me doing the whole like fucking, what's that movie called again? Oh, the Pulp Fiction scene where the guy with the black hair is just like waving his hand left to right, like, what, huh? Like just confused. You're, wait, her, but you're a.
I'm
I give up.
adopted. Dickhead.
Yeah, I'll nudge her, like, be nice.
Like, fucking, I don't get it. Anyways, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna pat the box. When I put even the slightest bit of weight on it, does the tensor's floating disc collapse?
No.
Oh.
Again, it's still just bobbing ever so slightly.
Okay.
And it's just like, what do you guys say to them about this box?
Your mother had a request that we deliver this to you.
Oh.
It will have to be up to you to sort it out betwixt yourselves.
Oh, must be for me. As he, like, must be the supplies for the wine cellar. And he just, like, he tries to pick up the box, and as he does, do you like drop Tensor's floating disc, or do you just shift it?
I mean, I can't pilot it remotely. It just follows me, so he has to either pick it up or
So like
it
he
just.
picks it up, but as he does, like it like visibly drops a little bit in his head. He's just like, "Oh, what's in this thing? A pile of bricks?"
Your mom wouldn't tell us, so
He just
Who
like
knows?
puts it on the ground, opens the box, and it just on top there's just a note that says, "Don't neglect your training, dear."
I just imagined that the box was
neglect your
actually
training, boys. And it's just like a box that's full of like the heaviest bricks you've ever seen.
Is that lead? How does one get it in such fine quantities down here? Never mind.
your ma sure is a special lady.
Yeah, she sure is. How does she know, though?
How did you know I've been
wait.
slacking off on my curls?
Never mind. He just like keeps the box and walks inside.
He kicks the box?
No, he just picks up the box and
Oh, okay.
like it's heavy, so he's just like leaning back a little bit as he walks it inside. And he goes in through the left door.
Lift with your knees, not your back. Oh, he's got. I say as the weakest person in the party. It's like, I have to use good posture. I will snap in half if I don't. God.
See, the reason why she left that note is because, like, she didn't get captured because of just her immense strength.
Mm-hmm.
Her sons,
What is
on the
the-
other hand, who have been neglecting their training, both got captured with relative ease.
Speaking of the brothers, you said both were here. How did the
Yes.
other one respond to this exchange?
See, this is why you don't mess with our mother.
Huh. Noted.
You follow her orders, and you follow them well. Sadly, though,
Her
my training
rates
has not been
really
going
are
very
lovely.
well either.
Oh?
Look, we weren't both... I was not gifted with her immense strength at birth. That father of ours was a weakling.
What?
He's an elf.
I mean, there are ways to get by aside from like physical strength.
I am aware, but our mother only cares mostly for physical strength and expects the highest of her sons. And he just like after saying that, he just like goes in through the right door.
Hmm. Do we?
He actually walks back out and he's just
Oh
like,
God.
"Wait, you guys are here for some time. Do you need a place to stay?"
God.
I'm gonna turn to Carlia with a, like, does she have a place to stay?
I mean, I don't know how big it would be.
How much space do you think Carlia would want in her own home?
Probably not a lot. I imagine like it'd be I mean, I guess it would have to be like I don't know. Big enough, but like
Big
I
enough
don't think
for
she would get
her.
any yeah.
But
I
with
think
also
like
enough
probably
space
even
for
like
her
just
books.
so. Yeah.
Well, Carlia has a place to stay. But as for the rest of you, I promise you my prices are a lot cheaper than my brother's. Gibber walks out and he's just like, I heard you were talking shit.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh.
My prices may be higher, but my overall quality is better.
This is the moment it's gonna dawn on me. Where's the card at this point? Did we leave it outside?
Oh, go.
Oh.
Oh, that is a good point.
At that revelation, I'm going to turn to my steel defender, and then pretty much just like look in the direction of the exit, and then just like make a gesture, and it's gonna be like salute and just run off into the distance as it goes to bring the cart here, because I think it's smart enough to be able to go one way and then turn around and come back.
Are you sure it won't get lost?
I mean, did we make any turns?
You made a couple.
Ah, shit. Okay. Hold on, I don't have my homunculus servant. Damn it, or else I
Gimmer's
would
just
send it with
like-
it. It's way smarter.
Gimmer's just like, that thing's gonna get lost. I'll go with it.
Yeah, that works.
And if I ever get lost, I'll just use my nose.
Sounds good.
The
All right,
brothers,
back to the
like,
topic at hand.
The brothers start arguing like, your quality's better, but my drinks are better.
Would I actually have
Oh.
insight into whether either of them is actually better than the other in terms of service? Or are they like equally matched?
You have spent enough time in their tavern, like in their collective tavern, to realize that though they may think that they're different, they're really not.
Okay.
But it's up to you whether or not you want to relay this information to the party.
No, I would, while they're arguing, just kind of lean to the other two and be like, it really doesn't matter which one you decide to stay at. They're the exact same. Maybe one on either side, so they might not get too pissed at each other. I don't want them to start fist fighting each other again.
Yes.
Is this often?
Keeping
That's it,
fisting
yeah.
between siblings to a minimum is a good idea.
Oh god. Oh goodness, no.
Anyways. I'm just gonna, while they're distracted, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself
Why?
in case I have to make a persuasion check to get a cheaper price from either one of them,
It's
and
not
so they
gonna
don't
be-
immediately notice the fact that I'm casting a fucking spell. So, leaning to Crescent Moon, I'm just gonna ask, do you think we can get a cheaper price since they're already at each other's throats?
Possibly.
Like, I'm just gonna be like, gentlemen. Oh God, someone died.
Who died?
Croissant.
Cisa died. Oh, and she went offline too.
Oh,
No! Her
Her
inner
internet
tubes
problem.
died. My backup.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Fudge.
She
Jeez.
back.
Thank goodness.
Oh, jeez. I was gonna make that
Return of the.
Return of the Cat.
Anyway.
I'm gonna be like,
Onwards and
Jen.
upwards.
What should I say? Gentlemen. Clearly, you're both fine proprietors of this very distinct establishment. Like, but seeing as I finding it hard to choose, maybe whoever can give me the best price, I will make my decision. That was shit. Anyways, can I roll a persuasion check? I'm trying to
Sure.
convince the two of them to get into a bidding war with each other. If neither of them buy my shit and they're just like, no, fuck you, just make a decision, then that's that. I gave myself a guidance and it didn't fucking matter because I rolled a 1.
And then they both say in unison, like, just as you're trying to be like, well, my prices are 1 gold, they both say in unison. They're just like, they look at each other and they're like, wait, 5.
I'm just gonna start walking to the fucking
5
next
silver.
store.
Well, 50 silver.
But I'm like, for fuck's sake.
They're just like, it did nothing, and they're just like, at each other's throat still.
I'm just gonna be like, should we come back?
I mean, is there anything else?
You could go see Garbuk, but there's not much to do with him.
Gar book.
Look,
Ha!
Ha 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 ha.
He's actually a very well-trained blacksmith. No.
Well, should we?
could
What
go-
time? Qual es la tiempo?
Mid-afternoon.
Oh, so we still got time to do other things. Anyone want to get some?
Guys, we could just go run more errands for my neighbor, see if there's any more giant boxes to pick up.
It wasn't a giant box. It was a pretty tiny
Well,
box.
yeah, heavy boxes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Unmovable boxes. Unstoppable force versus immovable object.
This is true. However, we do need to decide what our current next plan of action is as a group, considering we've come to Carlia's home. We've sorted things out here. We've stopped, as far as I can tell, a catastrophe. Does anyone else want to check in with their associates or family? I've already sorted out my business with literally my business. I would say the next step on the road, as far as I can tell, is to prepare ourselves for eventual run-in with
Argon.
Argon. I couldn't decide which one it was anymore.
Argon or Leon.
Argon, and we know we have 6 months, 5, until that happens.
You guys
So
still have in the handout.
Indeed.
Probably 169 days still.
yeah, so we
Not
still
too many.
have
Well, not too many.
quite
days.
quite a sizable amount of time left for that, and I would recommend training our skills by taking jobs that, well, just to get trained in combat, or follow leads that may get us more information about him so that we can subvert his own plans to get
This
power in those 6
place
months.
is the perfect place to do such a
Yeah, I was
thing.
gonna say, if there's anywhere to look for information, we're here, so.
Yes, so train our skills, take jobs, acquire materials that I can craft us more powerful equipment to prepare for the fight, or try to subvert his own plans of preparation. Those are the 4, 5-ish routes that we could take from this juncture. However, if anyone else has a place they want to go, I would recommend that we touch base with family members, since we all disappeared fucking instantaneously. Or people that might be wondering, where did you go? Anyone else got loose ends to tie up?
I mean, you've already tied up some of your loose ends, because, like, you were a bit of a hermit in your
No,
shop.
In my character's opinion, he's tied up all of his loose ends.
Yeah,
Fuck
he's
you.
tied up all of his loose ends. Carlia is a bit of, like... She was an orphan, right?
Yeah.
So, like, basically all the people in town are the only people who need to know where she's been.
Yes.
As for Crescent Moon, we haven't made a monastery yet. We'll have to do that.
Croissant is saying that her Discord is being cringe.
It is. Very
So
nice.
Croissant cannot speak verbally. Wait, Croissant, I saw a blip.
A blip.
Hello?
Okay.
Can you
Buenos
hear
dias.
me now?
Yes.
Worked.
So as I posture this question to the party, does Croissant have a response? Does she have a place she wants to stop by before we go on our big quest or journey?
Hmm.
Does she want to check in with people that may have been like, you fucking just disappeared?
Hang on.
I mean, what would she have been doing before she just, like, disappeared out of nowhere?
Was she been practicing martial forms like feng shui and then just fucking looked towards the rising sun, took in a breath as she closed her eyes, and then just fucking
Why does it choose
opened her eyes and she
him?
was in a fucking cage?
I'm a bigger target.
Why does it choose the person behind me over
And
me?
yes, I called myself fat.
What the
I-
fuck? Okay, hi Dallin? I don't
Cisa says hi.
Hi, Caesar.
know.
Anyway, come on.
Hold on, let me walk out of the room.
I lost tracking for a second there.
Down cameo.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, Roy may
Well,
wanna.
I leave it up to Croissant. What does she want to have been
During
doing
your
when she
time
disappeared?
here, though, you could visit Garbuk, because I decided that he might have done quite the an incomprehensible task of at least giving each path in the labyrinth some sort of labeling.
Man's made a Dewey Decimal System. I got it.
Yeah, for books.
Be a good idea to see if we can find even more information about our big bad wannabe lich. I mean,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
found books about him before.
So we
You
can
found
achieve 2
his
tasks
journals.
while we're
You
here.
found a journal of his in Almor, and one being held by Namira.
Right.
So
And
if
if there's
anyone-
any information about, you know, or just like stuff about liches or whatever, it would probably be here. So
Well, while we're here, my character is going to be trying to find long forgotten arcana or ways of the forge or smithing or fucking
As for
weird things that weird esoteric knowledge from empires long past that have collapsed under their own hubris or what some such nonsense.
As for Carlia and Crescent Moon, since both of you guys are wanting to ox into the courier class, I was thinking that you guys just like get hired by, like, this is something that Carlia used to do when she lived here. Like every so often was deliver like mail and packages for people. So while you're here, you could do that. That giant heavy box, well, that heavy box was just the start.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. If they're gonna do that, hold on. What level is? Hold on. What level is that? Is Tensor's floating disk? Is it first or second level? Tensor's floating disk. I'm gonna check something.
every package is gonna. I mean, I guess maybe all of the ones coming from, what's her name, Old Lady Melody, might be those might be a little hard to carry, but I don't think every single package is gonna be.
Yeah, but it's also like it's another thing that you can use to carry an additional thing if you need more than
Right. That's,
your 2 hands. And the main thing is that it will keep up with your pace no matter how fast you are.
So we can talk
my
about that after the session is over, I think.
well, I was just gonna say if that's what they're gonna be doing, I would just like let them keep my spell storing item, and I would just fill it with Tensor's floating disk. It lasts an hour, so they have 3 uses of it. So
okay, yeah, that works.
that's 3 hours of an extra hand to carry things.
I thought you were
and that
gonna
would
be
just
like
be
doing it as Tensor's floating disk. Actually, never mind. That's your racial spell.
Yeah, I get it from a racial, but I think it's also available to artificers. It might be.
It might be. If it is, that's interesting.
I think specifically from my racial background, it technically treats them as being part of my class spell list, which would fit the requirements for spell storing item. If not, I'll just make her a spell scroll for it so she can learn it as a ritual. So
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
yeah, I mean it would be an expensive idea, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, how much would that cost? Because if it's for me, I would be willing to pay for it.
It's a consumable item, so I think it would be. I believe it's actually 50 gold to make a spell scroll. Because it's
Yeah,
considered I think it's considered a level 1 spell scrolls are considered common items, I think, or are they considered uncommon? I think they might be considered uncommon. I'll check later, but I'm not level 10 yet, so I can't make them like super fast and super cheap.
Yeah. So
One day I will be able to.
So, not to worry about that. Oh, there goes Crescent Moon again.
No! I'll double check my racial abilities if you guys want to talk to Garbuk really quick.
I mean, I was thinking that you would want to do it so that you can have an easier time searching for what you were looking for.
teach you the
Sure.
Dewey Decimal System.
Well, sure, we should go there and let these guys sort their thing out, and then we can come back when they're not together to pay for our rooms.
Let them tire themselves out by arguing, so they're just like, yeah, fuck it.
Oh yeah,
At this
spell-
point,
Uh-huh.
you guys have been sitting here for so long that you realize they've gotten into like a wrestling match.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There's
Gibber
like
has Travis.
there's
in
an
a
old man from
headlock.
across
He's
the
just like-
street go like, give it to him, get a left hook. Yeah. Just one guy. It's not like a crowd. It's just one old man from across the street.
one
He's just
dude.
really into this fist fight.
Gibber has like Travis in a headlock, and he's just like, "My Travern is better." And Travis
Also-
just is like, "Over my dead body," as he like flips Gibber.
I swear, they do this like once a day.
Well, maybe that's how they were slacking off. They were tied up, so they didn't have time to get into a brawl. Also, Tando, it says the spells on table are added to the spell list of your spellcasting class, which means they would be valid options to pick for my spell storing item.
Oh, okay, good to know.
So yeah, I would be able to give her 3 uses of Tensor's floating disc, because they would be considered artificer spells. Neat.
I need.
All right.
Do you guys want to
And everyone's just like,
about
"We're gonna come back later."
We'll just leave them to do their own thing. On the road again.
So good to be back on the road again.
Doing things I'll probably
I
do
just
again
realized
next
you guys
week.
have been on that screen this entire time.
Yes.
Oops.
Oh, jeez.
Oopsies. Okay, that's what that one is. I need to start getting rid of some of these.
Too many screens, too
Too
many
many
layers.
screens. Too many screens. I need to make one though. I need to make another one. Because I have plan.
Have plan.
I do have plan.
Mm.
But anyways, Croissant, did you or did you not want to go check in at your wherever you were a monk before?
I mean, most likely.
We'll
enough.
talk about that. Like, we'll figure out where it was. When after session's done for the day. Sound good?
Mhm.
The thing I want to do next after we're done at this in this town is I need to get some metals of the rare variety for multiple projects I want to make. So adamantine, and mithril. Or any of the other
Oh,
7
you did
sky
get
metals.
that, you got that map from.
Yes, I will. I will need to interrogate the map later with once I
I'm the
have
map. I'm the map.
cartographer's
I'm the
tools,
map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
which I will get the proficiency with those from my auxiliary level.
Cool.
Indeed.
Okay.
In
All
the
right, so good
meantime,
enough for me. That thing right there that I just did is good enough for me. Anyway,
Indeed.
do your thing, I guess.
Do
Whatever
our
you
thing.
plan to do.
Alright, we kick the door. No.
We kick the door. We kick the glass window in and just walk in to the inn.
No, we were going to the bookman.
the book
Take the
guy.
book. Garbook.
I knock on the door. He opens the door and goes, "Shh! It's the library!" I'm just gonna, like, gesture broadly at everything.
He like the building that he's in is actually more like a gazebo, and it's like an information center of a library.
We just see a spinning eye inside of a square on top of the building. It's like, oh!
Chords.
Oh, Carloya. Good to see you're safe.
Q. I'm glad you seem. I mean, I'm sure you would have been fine with that.
Oh no,
thing.
that thing was terrifying.
It was pretty. I don't think I've seen another monster like that.
Yeah, I was
But
hanging up there for like a day.
Oh God. Well, we were hoping to find some information, sort of actually related to that thing. Not really. Kind of. It's a long story. Do you have any books on liches?
You mean like the storytellings of Lich, as he does like air quotes? Like those things completely made from imagination?
Yeah.
Because you gotta remember, liches don't exist in
Right.
this world.
My character's pulled out yet another list. Like, would you happen to have a manual of gainful exercise, a manual of quickness of action, the Necronomicon, the book of exalted deeds, the tome of vile darkness, the tome of clear
You have to
thought.
remember, any kind of book that you could imagine is in this place.
I just start rattling off like legendary tomes of arcane knowledge. Just fucking. I've heard about these things.
I mean,
It literally did just dawn on me that my character, if he knew about it, would be in fucking dire search for a tome of clear thought. But that would be super hyper greedy of me to ask for.
What is a tome of clear thought?
Remember the thing that Bad Luck got? Right,
The
from
Ox
Time Man?
Box?
It's that for intelligence.
Oh, okay. That's the thing that boosts you to be able to have up to 22.
Yeah, it would allow me to have a 22 intelligence, which actually increases the number of uses that I would get for my level 10 spell storing item
That's
by
true.
2. Literally, the thing with Artificers is that literally every single feature they have uses their intelligence modifier. Like, that's not a joke. It's literally every single feature is like, oh, you can use this ability a number of times equal to your proficiency modifier. Well, not your proficiency, but equal to your intelligence modifier. So it's like, it's not just my spell casting, it's my weapon attacks, it's my flash of genius at next level, it's all of my ability checks, it's all of my fucking like literally everything I do uses my intelligence. But that'd be really mean because we have a person who needs their intelligence score higher way more than my character does.
Because way more thing depends on their intelligence.
No, not more things. It's just that it's her only thing.
Yeah, true.
and it's low.
Hmm.
So now, in theory, you said this place has a copy of every book.
Yes.
Does that mean there's potentially 2 in the world?
So here's how this book, well, how this library works. Um, it basically acts as some sort of like knowledge capture.
Hmm.
It is able to basically scan the entire world of knowledge and any other um I'm trying to think of the word. Uh Dang it. Any demi-planes that are under the jurisdiction of this realm,
Hmm.
like it scans both the plane and any demi-planes, finds knowledge and basically copies it. But um should a book leave this library without being blessed uh by Freya, it will start to degrade very quickly in terms of what it is.
And will reappear inside the
Well, it
library, or
reappears
just
like
disintegrate.
immediately in. It just degrades pretty quickly.
Hmm.
Like within like a couple weeks, the book will be turned into a blank book of
Well, what I was getting
notes.
at is that any copy of the Tome of Clear Thoughts, uh, any copy of it, once it's used, it can't be used for 100 years. However, if there was 2 separate copies in this world, we could, in theory, find another one.
One that would, if used, could really just like. Now I'm
Oh,
realizing.
we could become a demigod if I used both. That's insane. Of course not.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
just saying.
God.
Like my character, you have to realize that once an artificial reaches level 20, they get like plus their intelligence modifier to all of their saving throws. Like,
Wow.
yeah, and they can defy death a number of times equal to the number of infused items they have made, which is up to 6. So they can just say no. They can just say no 6 times to dying,
Wow.
and they
Okay.
can attune to up to 6 items simultaneously. Like
Well,
level 20 artificers are fucking cracked, but
it,
it means I have to play them.
it would take me a while to find it. I haven't fully scoured this place, but I have started to realize some patterns. Like, for
Like
instance,
there's a systematic way this place archives knowledge.
it's almost as if this place is intelligent of its very self and is able to organize itself in such a way.
And you're telling my character that this library, which is a being that it is. You're telling me this library, which is a reliquary of all knowledge, is also sentient. He's going to accidentally pick up the fucking occult feat, auxiliary level. You keep that shit up. He's gonna be like, "Ah, oh, great fucking deity of knowledge." No.
it's in it's intelligent enough to know how to place things, as in alphabetically and by type of book. But other than that, I have not noticed any other forms of intelligence.
It's trying to learn commune with nature. No. Um. Hmm. Tries to commune with the god of books. Um. Well, that's useful information. Do you have like a rough outline of
It
your
so
assessments?
happens that over my time living in this place, I have been slowly mapping out the entirety. It's taking a long time.
Sure. Well, if you wouldn't mind me copying it, I would be happy to, in my time here, if I come across any addition, I will take my time to chart out anything I find on my copy and share it with you before we leave.
That would actually be greatly appreciated.
Anything I can do to help. And this is how I pick up proficiency with cartographer's tools.
You just like you place down your you place down a blank piece of paper and he places down his map and you just start copying it over slowly.
Well, I looking at his, I bring out like just like tools that do not seem fit for the job of copying down information, but it's just because I'm using them as an arcane focus so that I can use my my magic tinkering to copy an exact duplicate of his map onto it, and then I will start tracing over it for a permanent version.
That works. Yeah.
I don't need skills in drawing if I can just trace the lines.
That's completely fair. Anyway, if that's all you need.
You guys, looking at the other two, have anything you wanted to do while we're here before we head back and rest for the evening? Or do something else?
I did want. I guess we could also do that later, though. Just look for the aforementioned lich information.
Oh,
Yeah,
I,
but-
I just remembered. Carlisle, while you're here, he pulls out like a small stack of mail. Do you mind delivering this to Freya for me?
Sure,
It's just
no
some
problem.
things that I've noticed that I think she should also notice.
I can do that.
This entire week is just one of those quests where you have to just go back and forth between NPCs reading dialogue.
Quests.
I know that you used to do this, so I was wondering if you could.
Yeah, it's no trouble.
That's greatly appreciated. Now, if you excuse me, I have some more exploration to do. It's about that time. I was just stopping by my stand just to make sure nothing had been tampered with during that time.
From behind the desk, you see him lug a giant greatsword over his shoulder like a fucking guts sword, and he just like starts walking off with a sword over his shoulder and like a pack with like scrolls and like rolls of paper and like chalk pencils falling out as he walks into just like down a random corridor. He's an adventurer this whole time. He's the level 20 NPC.
I mean, Namira is a level 20 NPC,
Good lord.
but
Hmm.
I haven't really stated whether or not any other people are.
No, I'm joking, but
Yeah,
Obviously, the granny is. Come on.
clearly.
the secret this whole time is that like the secret this whole time is that like each town has like one level 20 NPC, but this place is like it's just full of like adventurers that
NPCs.
saved
Yeah.
the world previously.
And decided to choose this place as their retirement fund.
This is the retirement home of fucking adventurers. I got a really good timeshare. Man, this Faustian bargain was really worth it now that I think about it. I thought I was trapped here, but the prunes
Carla
are
is
so
socially
good.
awkward because she doesn't have anybody around her age to talk to. It's literally just all old adventurers who are like.
So actually, Garbook, he doesn't walk off with a giant greatsword. He walks off with, like, a nice magic staff.
Mm, mm, mm. Fair enough.
Good for whacking people with.
Good for whacking and for turning people into mush.
You
If
know,
you need to.
Whapping.
A good
You
weapon.
can whack them in, then turn them into mush, or vice versa.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. Anyway,
Back to
Carrying on.
the inn, so you guys can get that figured out.
Yes.
and then the next adventuring day shall be anew.
We'll just like
Indeed.
sneak into one side, just like hide behind the counter so the other one, because they're both in the main area. We just like sneak into one of them without being noticed, slide coin onto the table. The other one doesn't even like look down. He just like slides it off the table and hands us the key. And we just like sneak up the stairs. Like fuck that shit, fuck that shit,
The
fuck
joke
that
is
shit.
that they're both like equally matched in every way. They're even they even give people the same deal on stuff. 1 gold for a night's rest as well as 3 meals.
How many people do these rooms house?
Um not too many often. Considering that again this
But
place
I mean,
is a
like
secret.
how many people to a room?
Uh hmm.
Like, is it a hotel room where there's like a bed and a couch and another bed, or is it like
I'd imagine that it's just like a
it's
bed
like
and an
a
end
cupboard
table.
with like a bed and a closet?
I'd imagine it is just like a bed and an end table.
Mm.
And obviously the door locks.
Okay, so each of us
Well,
need
I'd
our own
hope so.
room.
You just get one that rattles.
He's like, I don't remember either of us getting guests today. And the other one they look at each other both with a squint, like knowing the other one's up to some fuckery.
Uh,
I have hijacked these NPCs, I'm sorry.
you're good. It gives me funny ideas now.
So we take our rests and then climb out the fucking the second floor window and
So,
repel.
if you guys do actually follow that line of thinking, like when you're going up the stairs, you notice like the tavern is actually split down the middle, but in the very center of it, there's a what looks to be a ring, a fighting ring. Clearly, it's entertainment for them, like for tavern guests to watch the brothers brawl.
I see. We thought they were actually fighting this whole time. It's actually been this elaborate sideshow to make more money, and they're actually both just really, really high level bards, so they can't even hurt each other with their fists to begin with.
I mean, they're both very muscular men. And one of them is a lizard.
Their deception skills are fucking insane.
As Joe Cat would say, lizard men have a stick up their ass.
I
So they
see.
can't take a joke. To him, at least, it might not be a joke.
Mm.
Might not be an act. And when you walk in, you also notice, like, both of them have bruises. Travis has a bruised eye. Like, he has a black eye.
Was Travis the half elf or was he
Yeah,
the?
Travis is the half-elf.
Okay.
Gibber.
Gibber. Gibber's the lizardman.
Mm-hmm. See.
Anyway, is that where you want that day to end?
Does anyone else want to do a thing? Right, I'm assuming after we got our information from the info person, we probably sat down and had a chit chat about how things go. Does Carlia have a sidebar for getting into her room after 2 months?
I mean, I don't know.
You have to dust off your room from all of the book dust?
Yeah.
All the dust that's
Probably
collected.
pretty dusty.
I'm assuming this place is just like like the air is absolutely thick with like dust from like book particulate and like
You'd think that, but considering having a dragon around, that I'm gonna say she's very neatly. So she often just like spends a good day or two just cleaning.
I mean, sure, but it would definitely still have that
It would still have that
book smell.
must.
Old book smell.
at Elon Musk.
I'm trying to imagine like what Carlisle was actually doing like the moment of being like teleported away. Like
I imagine she was just like sitting on her bed reading a
He was
book.
reading Velma's next book, and
just
it's
imagine
just
she's,
like
walking
it's
into the bedroom and there's like just like an old spilled glass of tea and she's just like, oh damn it.
you see an old spilled glass. Like no, she was taking a sip of tea, right? And she was holding the book she was reading, and she was lying on her bed. And then when she disappeared, the tea fell on the bed, and then the book fell, but it didn't fall so that the pages and it like landed neatly as it being held open. Like the ones that like were like the pages she was holding like got bent and also got damp with the tea, but now it's dried, so like they're just permanently bent and a little stained. Like, oh man,
It's so tragic.
we just hear a no across the town. Because like there's a section of it that she can't read. That was like the most the part she was stayed up all night reading to get to that she never quite reached, and then it got stained, so it's not legible anymore. The true tragic backstory why
she'll just
Carlisle becomes a lawful evil creature.
No, this is just her way of being, just like her true inciting incident of just like her hatred towards Argon.
You ruined my favorite book.
Yeah, none of the other stuff mattered, but my book got ruined. Fuck you.
Well, you can always get a new one because like this
Yes, but how long will that take in the medieval age?
This place has knowledge, has all of it.
It's also the size of fucking Kentucky.
True.
It was a personal copy that I was annotating. Come on.
I mean, you can still use.
She's a big enough nerd that she totally would be doing that. Well, I mean, I don't think you can prestidigitation away like
permanent stains at this point.
Yeah, like ruined ink.
Couldn't you use mend though?
Probably not. No. And also, she doesn't have mend.
Yeah.
You do though.
Yeah. I don't think putting together something that is broken is what is included in repairing like run ink.
Fair.
I can reattach materials, not fix broken information.
There's got to be some sort of spell
the sweet tragedy of entropy. What is lost can never be recovered. Anywhooms.
Yeah.
We take a rest. We've been hiking for a long time. We're tired.
Yeah. Gearman did manage to bring back the cart.
Dude,
nice and safely. With your horse.
We hide it.
What did you...
Did we have a horse? We did have a horse. Loonch!
Loonch! Or whatever...
Whatever we called it. That's totally stealing from Critical Role if we called it Loonch.
Don't use Loonch.
I'm trying to... There was one, like, really stupid, like, pretentious horse name that I got on a generator that was really funny, but I can't remember what it was.
You're right, there was one. We have to look back into the history and we have to use that one.
Episode.
Once you name a horse, you can't rechristen it.
True.
I thought the joke was that you guys were just going to use a different name every time.
A different pretentious name every single time.
And the horse always recognizes what its name.
As long as it sounds pretentious, it knows.
Who
like,
knew that this
"That's
boss
me!"
was pretentious? No simple
like-
name shall do.
You shall call me by only the finest of names. At least 7 syllables.
Oh god.
His name today shall be Fast Blossom. There
Okay,
you
that
go.
works.
Fast Blossom.
Fast Blossom. Ah, I thought we had lost you. As it returns.
Uh,
Or Deer Horse.
It's got this somehow smug look on its face. Yes, I held off the demons outside these gates. It was me all along. It was
The horse is
literally,
actually
we
the
literally
powerful
just threw fucking shrubs over it so that no one would notice it.
anyway, next morning, Roy, did you sleep at all during that rest,
Yeah,
or were you tinkering?
I would have slept.
Okay. And then
Why?
do you
Was
spend
it?
like, cause like you want to?
I would have spent
start
time,
tinkering
yes,
and
but I
stuff.
would have rested. I had slept at least 6 hours.
Okay.
But I would have spent the
So I
time
imagine,
working
like,
on.
here's what I imagine you do. How about this? Like, you sleep for 6 hours, like, as soon as you get into the room, but then you wake up early and start tinkering with, like, ideas because you now have the swirling mass of strings and it intrigues him.
Yes. Do I also see a giant spider that has stuck into my room and I need to kill it and the spinnerets inspire me?
No.
Damn, I would have cast its ass in iron to, to make it into. Literally just take a spider and turn and like cast it in iron to make the spinnerets. Shut up. It's funny.
Yeah.
Next
So, like,
person.
after, well, I think this is where we're gonna do something with specifically you for a little while.
Okay.
And we can just imagine that like Carlia and Crescent Moon are off doing like they probably got tasked with courier duty.
Yeah, delivering the thing.
Like this would
Okay.
be the scene where like we'll have my character walking down the street looking at some notes and holding some stuff in his hand, and then you'll see like in the foreground and in the background you'll just see like cutaways, not cutaways. It's like the cartoon thing where like you'll see like the silhouette of like people you recognize running back and forth, left and right.
So basically, I think he wakes up early in the morning. He starts tinkering with it, but after a while he gets frustrated because
I rise in a flurry,
he can't
my
seem
mind
to,
driven by terrible passion.
he can't seem to get anything with it.
How the hell am I supposed to work with this? It does not respond to my magic the way I expect it to. What fiendish manifestation of magic is this? As I'm working with it. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like you just see like page after page of slightly different like runic circles used to try and make like what is effectively arcane machinery to with which to manipulate this thing. And it's none of them are working.
And it's then that he glances at like the map of like that he copied from Garbook, and he's just like, might as well give it a try, see if there's any kind of knowledge here.
It'll be like an anime opening. You'll just see like a flash of me throwing on the coat, grabbing my weapons, throwing on a pack. My steel defender's eyes flash as it turns on, stands up, and we both stride out the door from a really low camera angle as the as our coat flows. Both of our clothes like flow very slowly in the wind as we take one long step as the last note of the opening plays.
Yeah.
It's just an anime. It's just a fucking OVA at this point.
Anyway, you make your way to one of the entrances to the labyrinth itself, because I wanted to describe exactly what I mean by one of the entrances, I guess. Like, the town of inside Vildash is in the very center of the maze. And branching off of it is about 5 different entrances into the maze in a few different places.
Sick.
But as you get close to one of them, you're stopped by a guard and he's like, "Hey, you know it's dangerous to go alone, right?"
I'm never truly alone, and I'll just pat my steel defender on the shoulder. In terms of items I had prepared today, I actually did. I'm gonna have my homunculus servant, since I am going to be exploring relatively alone. So, Carloya, you don't got the extra spell slot today.
Sadly.
Sag.
Tragic.
Yes. So I've got my.
Probably.
Actually, do I need? I got my javelin. I got my shield, and then. Actually, no. You would have it because I would have my homunculus servant, because that's 4. Yeah. No, we're good. You have your thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
I have the 4 items. I'm good. Unless I could have prepared gauntlets, goggles of dark vision, but no, I'm just gonna carry it. I'm just gonna carry a lantern, bullseye lantern. My
The
steel
lantern
defender will
that you
carry
guys
it.
created.
Now that's Carlia's, so this one's gonna be running on oil. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm prepared. I have an adventurer's pack,
That's true.
so
You have your steel defender carrying the lamp.
and my homunculus servant, because of its high stealth, is it's going to scout ahead and then come back, and I'll have a system where it makes taps that every 15 seconds or so to tell me if it's clear. But if something's a threat, it'll tap rapidly because it has dark vision and expertise in stealth and expertise in perception. So it's just gonna scout ahead in the darkness, and I'm
Well,
going to.
You're the one.
I've come well prepared for a little bit of delving.
You're one of the people that saved us, right? That's not a
Yeah.
person, right?
No. You want to see its side? Most people get a bit sick when they see it.
I mean,
You're gonna see I slightly start pulling the fucking edge of the fabric underneath the helmet down, and you'll start to see this fucking swirling massive chaotic energy, and he's gonna get a slight headache when he looks at it for a second.
wow, that is quite something.
I see when he averts his eyes, I stop revealing it. It's like, yeah, it's crazy.
So, you want just somebody to talk to? Because I know it can be pretty boring.
Sure, I'll take a +1.
My name's Theo, by the way.
Nice to meet you. Give him a handshake. Here, I'm gonna hand him some magic stones, just in case, because I'm pretty sure that's gonna hurt way harder than anything he can do. If he's just a guard, of course.
Yeah,
Right.
he is just a guard.
Just like my natural reflex of preparing other people simultaneously.
What are these? As you guys are walking down the corridor.
If something moves that isn't, and you'll see my steel defender my homunculus servant, which he didn't see before, scuttle into the line of sight of the lantern. I don't know if that spooks him at all, but it's like, if you see anything moving that isn't
Was that a
that,
spider? Oh, was that a mechanical spider?
you can think of it as that. It skitters away. If it's not that, throw one of those at it.
I mean, I know what's in these halls. For the most part.
Then you'll know when to keep your guard up.
You also have.
I'll be scanning in the darkness, but I can't see shit, and my perception's terrible.
Do you also
I'm
have
relying
your-
100% on my constructs at this point.
Do you also have your homunculus servant looking particularly for things that might interest you?
My homunculus servant is mostly being a scout, so so nothing gets the jump on me. I would say that while we're in the bright light, because the thing is that it has worse perception in the dark because of the fact that it only has dark vision. It doesn't have like true sight.
Uh-huh.
So it's mostly just scouting for creatures, right? And trying to get the drop on them because they're not using the hide action. So it's trying to spot them before they spot us. And then my steel defender and I will be looking at the shelves because we're going to have bright light because we have the lantern. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, do you read any languages other than Common or whatever the languages that we call Common?
I can't say that I do.
Mm.
Never really was much for, well, knowledge.
I'm gonna
That's why-
hand him a. Oh, can I say that I have like some script that I can't read that is in Elvish and pretty much point out that I'm looking for stuff that looks like this.
Words that look like that?
Yes. It's much like an English person trying to distinguish between Japanese and Korean. Like you can tell the difference, but it's like you really have to think about it if you don't look at them all the time.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty much what's happening right now. I'm looking for things in Elvish, and then I think I can comprehend languages if I come across one that looks particularly interesting.
I mean, it doesn't take you very long to find something of interest.
Hmm.
Like you find a what kind of book would you specifically be looking out for?
Something that looks like it's old as hell, like a tome of ancient knowledge. And because I speak Gnomish, I think Gnomish language shares some characters with Elvish. So I'm trying to find the thing that looks like it's written the most old because I want to find like really ancient Elven knowledge about magic or craftsmanship. Something that would be super esoteric in the modern times.
Well, I imagine you find a ancient tome of elven smithing. Like
Hmm.
how elves used to smith their stuff.
The old ways.
And kind of like you pick it off the shelf and as you're reading it, just like another book just kind of falls off the shelf kind of close by.
Like nearby? Like is it inside the light the cone of light or
Yeah,
no?
it's within the area of light.
I'm gonna
Besides,
snap my fingers and point at it and have my steel defender investigate.
it doesn't seem to it's just a random book that doesn't seem to have any rhyme or reason as to like if the library were alive, why would it be showing you this? It's like an old folk tale of just like
Huh.
uh
Can I read this?
I want to say it's probably like ancient common. So partially.
Hmm. Very odd. I'll be flipping through it trying to pick out information I can.
Something
Does it-
about a
What is the subject? Can I at least gather that?
I just realized a some sort of like being that keeps a collection is what it's about.
Hmm. Hmm. An ancient story about a creature keeping a collection. Does it seem like a hoard? Is it a picture book? Is it a light novel?
I mean, one if it's in the area of light, one picture particularly stands out, and it's like a very crude drawing of something that looks similar to the puppeteer.
Hmm. That's odd. He's older than I was expecting. That's gonna hit my character off that he's probably not really dead. They. I'm gonna quickly like look around, just because this place is dangerous. Can my constructs both make a perception check
Yeah, go
just
ahead.
to make sure that everything is coolio? Let me grab. I have my. They have the same. Actually, I think my steel defender has a. They have the same perception score, I think. So I'm just gonna roll 2 of them for the 2 of them making checks. What the fuck?
God. Goodness gracious.
Well, damn.
Well, it's
Look, these boys don't fucking play. They're constructs. They're always at the top of their game, apparently.
apparently, yeah. And it's then that like uh the steel defender like just like grabs on your shoulder and like starts pointing at something in the darkness, and you also hear uh your homunculus just tapping like really heavy that there's like something here.
I'm going to quickly do a magic tinkering to make a rock in my pocket glow, and I'm just going to chuck it in that direction
And
so that the light casts on something.
you want to roll like a magic stone attack just to see
It's not. It's not magic stone though.
Yeah,
It's not magic
I know
stone
it's not a
because
magic stone, but just like roll an attack.
fucking
That's
terrible.
So
That
like,
is dog shit.
So I guess what happens is it whimpers past, but like you see in the darkness, just like this large thing of orange ooze.
Where's the guard at this time?
He's standing like, he's a bit unknowledged about it, but he hears the tapping, and it's then that he turns and he's like, "What is your thing pointing at?"
Put your guard up. I'm gonna rush over to him. So at the magic stone was an action. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast magic weapon on whatever the fuck he's holding
Well,
as
you
a
didn't
weapon.
throw an actual magic stone. It was just
No,
like
I didn't. But
throwing.
no, that because magic stone to cast is a bonus action, but magic tinkering is an action, right?
Yeah.
So I was going to use my bonus action to
So hold
make his
on.
weapon magic.
How much range does your uh? How much range does the lantern have?
If it's a bullseye lantern, really fucking far, but it's in a cone.
It's in a cone. So I
Yeah,
imagine if your steel defender just like points the lantern at it, then both of you are able to see it.
yeah. Okay. I'm just checking the range. Bullseye lantern, 60-foot cone and dim light for an additional 60 feet, so a total range of 120.
So, from your steel defender out, it can see up to there. So it can see and it's in a cone, meaning it's like
So
it can see the whole area.
for every foot it goes out, it gets wider by a foot.
Yeah, so it goes like out here.
I can't see. I'm on a green map with a champion and
Oh, whoops! I put you on the
croissant
wrong one.
and
I put you on the wrong
yeah.
one. Oops, there we go. That's the right one. So from here out, like a good.
Yeah.
60 feet.
Also, since I'm only going to be commanding my steel defender in the fight, my homunculus servant, my steel defender is going to pass it off to the homunculus servant, and it's going to take off into the air and grab it, and it's going to just fly so that we can see. It's just going to use its own movement because it can move on its own turn. Going to just fly around and point the lantern so that we can see.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I can only command one of them at a time, and it can act independently as far as just moving itself and taking the dodge action. So.
All right. Roll initiative, I guess.
Hell yeah. Also, you might need to add into that character's stat block the guard that his weapon is a +1 now.
Oh yeah, I'll just try and keep that in mind.
Yeah. Roll my initiative. Fucking 8.
Roll.
God, I gotta get all these bad rolls out fucking now. 1 on a magic stone, 1 on a perception, 1 on a persuasion, a fucking 3, well 5 on initiative. Fucking.
I didn't click on it. There we go. All right, so ordering this. Oh nope, not remove. Descending. There we go.
I go last because I did so many things between when we noticed it and when the fight started. So that all those things happened, which put me at the end of
I
initiative.
need to put
That's
him
totally
first.
fair.
Hold on. Because he rolled an 18 and I accidentally rolled the jelly colonies again. Reorder
I see.
descendingly. And he's just like, what is... Those things usually stay in the outer circles. What's one doing out here? As he, like, runs up and, like, he's gonna not do a nice poke with his spear. Probably, like, two-handed. 13 hits for 7 damage. Okay, I need to get a notepad out so I can keep track of their health. Notepad and calculator. There we go. Why did that happen? What's going on?
How could this happen to you?
My, oh, there we go. My thing was just being slow.
Mm.
Okay. Gonna close that. Open up this. Minus that much. Perfect. So. Yeah. There we go. And that's all he can do, yeah? Right? Yeah, because they only have one attack. Jelly Colony.
Guards. Yeah.
Yeah, Jelly Colony's turn.
And you added the +1 to that, so it should deal.
Oh, yeah, 8, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And it would have been a 14 for his attack. Which I don't think that's gonna be too much of an issue, but
Yeah,
still.
it's a slime. It's
He only has a
ghost.
+3, so going up to a +4 is pretty big for him.
Yeah, it is.
So.
Okay. Anyway, Jelly turn. It's probably gonna... Since it is an ooze...
Is.
God, why is my second screen being so slow? Alright, it's going to... yeah, let's do that. It's going to step... We'll try and, like, absorb him. Which means...
Oh god, it's Morven.
He needs to roll a strength check. Come on, don't be dog. It is dog.
Damned.
Which, this might actually kill him.
Does he have to make an attack roll?
A creature within 5 feet of the cube can... other creatures can enter the space, but the creature that does so is subjected. Oh, and Engulf moves up to its speed. Can be enter. Whenever the cube enters the space... Oh, it's a dex save, not a strength check. So I'm gonna re-roll that instead. Because that's not... That's better. Instead of being absorbed, he actually... on a successful save, he's pushed back 5 feet. So he's not in its range. Anyway, your turn.
It made an attack. Alright. my steel defender, I'm going to like command it to run over there. I'm going to look at my stuff and decide to. I don't know anything about these things, so I'm going to. I'm
I
tempted
meant
to
to
step
put something here.
back.
I'm gonna add it real quick.
Considering its strength, its armor class, I'm gonna go for the big attack and I'm going to go for some of these. Fuck, a
Okay,
9.
that
That was
hits
bad.
though.
Okay, so fuck you. 20
Okay,
magic piercing damage.
that actually passed a threshold.
Oh
So minus
jeez.
20 exact. So I made it so that every 20 health or so, a tiny orange jelly is spawned. Instead. Well, it takes the damage and then one pops off of it. Alright, so you still got a couple
Well,
more, yeah?
I'm going to attack the tiny one. Fuck, I rolled an at 1. That's a
That's
miss.
an out one. Yeah, that's a fat miss.
Rip.
I don't know how much health those things have, and making more of these things would be a bad idea. So, how much movement did my steel defender use? Get there, and then there, back. Oh, it has not. It has enough movement to get back to this space. It's going to go for a slap on this one. It's gonna go for a big one. 16.
That's a hit. Also, that's the
Also,
old one,
I
isn't
need
it?
to. I need. That's the old one. I need to change it. So it would be a 14.
Yeah,
Let me
so...
quickly adjust its statistics. So it should be plus my proficiency, which is 3. No, I changed it. I think
So
my 2
it's...
hit is because my proficiency bonus is 3. Right? I changed it. My proficiency bonus is 3. My intelligence score is plus 5, and then it'll be minus 5. It has a plus 3 to hit. So my intelligence score is canceled out by the power attack, and the damage is my proficiency. In terms of it's a D8 plus my proficiency for damage. So 13 would be the correct amount. So I already changed it.
Yeah, so do the damage now.
15.
Alright, 15 force on the small one?
Yeah.
I need to open up the small ones thing. Because... Okay, I'm going to lower that amount to...
Don't be a bitch.
I'm not. I'm just making it a little bit lower for HP. Because I realize that you're by yourself. So, like...
You think I'm by myself. I'm never by myself.
I mean,
If they
you
kill my
always
steel
have your
defender, I
steel
still have a
defender.
bonus action. Even if they kill my steel defender, I still have a bonus action. My homunculus servant is completely out of their attack range, and it can make ranged spell
Okay.
attacks.
So, now we're gonna do... 15... Okay, that one's pretty low. Yeah, so that one's pretty low.
Nice. Okay,
Also,
that's it. My turn.
I forgot to change the amount that it was at. So... Yeah, okay. There we go. Now, it's Theo's turn again. Seeing the state that this little jelly is in, he's going to shift over a little bit and give it a good old-fashioned yeah. Kill it, boy. Nice! He did just enough.
Nice. Also, wouldn't that have been a plus 1 because of
Oh, yeah,
damage from the...
that's right.
So
Yeah.
6.
It would still be enough damage by 1.
Yes.
Alright, next. This one is going to turn around and try and pseudopod your steel defender.
Nice, it does.
That's a 9.
That's not a hit. That's not a hit. That's not
That's
even in the
that's
same
a fat
country as
miss.
hit. That's not even the same time zone as hit. All right, stepping around, so I'm not in line with my allies. I'm going to make another javelin attack because I don't have any blasty spells.
All right,
Does
that'll
that hit?
19.
19.
Yeah, that's. So let's see, 50. I think that's probably enough to actually reach the next threshold. Minus 19. So it would be. Yeah, it's enough to breach the next threshold. So another
Get
little
him.
one. Pop.
Going to do.
I want you to know that it is progressively getting smaller and smaller as it does this.
My steel defender is going to fucking kick this thing to death, or at least attempt to. Fuck! It's gonna do. It's gonna not do that at all.
That's a miss.
However, I'm fine with his outcome because if that thing moves, my steel defender gets an attack of opportunity,
Yeah.
and my steel defender is disposable. So I'm going to make my last javelin attack. And it's dog shit. Nah, don't worry about it.
11 minus 5.
It's 6.
That hits.
On the small one?
Yes. They both have the same armor class.
Oh, shit. Fucking 21.
And you just splat.
Man, if one of these things approaches me, I'm gonna attempt to fucking catapult it into the big one. And just try and blow it apart. That's the end of my turn.
Alright, so Theo, now having another chance, is going to probably realize what's happening, rush around, and this will give him a +2 to his hit, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. A +3 would be making it a 25. Four pierce. Okay. Next turn. This could be bad for Theo. Dear boy, Theo. Seeing what just happened, it's going to try and pseudopod the dear boy. Which does an 11 hit. It does not. That's surprising. I was expecting guards to have a less armor class than that. Nice.
So the pseudopod missed?
Yeah, the pseudopod missed.
I literally had a phone call from when my turn ended to just now.
That was really short.
Yeah. She was just asking for something. Anyways. So, seeing how things are going, and seeing where my steel defender is positioned, it's going to take this opportunity to go for a smack. Nice, Udes.
Roll damage.
14. Is that enough for the next one? Because that's 18
yeah,
now.
That's the next one.
I'd imagine the momentum of the punch just forces a glob out the other side.
Yeah. Glop.
And my steel defender, seeing this situation, is going to use its movement to get here, because I want to be able to be within range of both of them, so that if either of them attack him, it can use its reaction to induce disadvantage, because I protect my allies.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to step back to a central position, and I'm going to fire off some more javelins.
You just might outright kill this thing. Roll damage. Yeah.
I am rolling consistent as fuck. What the hell?
Yeah, that's the exact amount of damage that you need to drop this thing to 0 hit points.
It
So
just
this
goes
thing-
straight through it, and I would just imagine it destabilizes and just like pops like a bubble.
It splats and leaves one left.
Ah, shit.
You still
Considering,
have one attack.
did I make just one attack so
Yeah,
far?
you've made one attack with yourself and one attack with your steel defenders, so you still have another.
I'm gonna.
attack.
Okay, so I'm gonna step here. I should have enough movement left. I'm gonna make one attack on this one here on the left side.
Okay.
And that's going to be a javelin attack. That's crit. It's 22.
It's dead. That thing
It
just
fucking dies. And as it comes
splatters.
back to my hand, I'm gonna step here.
Okay.
And my steel defender is going to shimmy right here. Actually, no, it's gonna stay there.
It's gonna stay right there.
Actually, well, Frederick or what his name is gonna go. Theo's gonna go next, anyways. So it's gonna move up because I was positioning myself so that if it attacked him, because if it moved at them, I was gonna get an attack of opportunity. But considering he's gonna approach it anyways, there's no point. So I'm just gonna move my steel defender in so it can impose disadvantage.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Yep. So he moves in, does his little jab. That's actually oh no, wait, that's a hit. Because he's a +6. Well, a +1, so it's a 6 to hit. So it hits. That's 6 piercing damage. Against a weak
Nice.
little slime. Okay. That's his turn.
Now splash, you little fuck.
It is going to do this.
Also, it did 7 because it's a magic weapon.
Oh yeah, you're right. It did 7. I keep on
16! Is that enough to hit his armor class? Also, who's it attacking, necessarily?
It's attacking Theo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's enough to hit him.
No!
In disadvantage wouldn't do anything, so...
Yeah, I know, because the 23
Hope
is
to
higher.
God! Oh shit.
Does he get death saving throws?
I will say that he can, yes.
Okay. Is he down? Is he down now?
Yeah, he's down.
Okay. Does my turn start?
Yep.
Okay. Immediate action, seeing this guy's gone down, I'm going to, in a flurry of actions, command my steel defender to grab him, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's going to move away.
Okay.
It can move it can move that far away, so he can move up to there. It can get an attack of opportunity on my steel defender if it wants.
Yep.
Trying
to.
That is enough to hit it. Go ahead and roll damage. 10. Alright, I'll take that off its HP. God, this last one's doing more work than all of the other ones combined. What the fuck?
Well, Theo doesn't exactly have very much health.
And considering the fact that I don't know what's around that corner, and the fact that I could have just dragged that poor man into an even worse state, I'm actually going to have my homunculus servant. Oh fuck! I commanded my steel defender to take an action. Damn it!
So it's still there.
Actually, no, that's not what the requirement is. So my homunculus servant is actually going to fly down to him, right? And I can channel spells through my homunculus servant, and I'm going to cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds.
Okay, that works.
How
much does it heal for?
We're gonna find out here in a second. It should be 2d8 plus 5, but
Okay,
let me.
Yeah, that'll be enough to stand him right back.
Where's my Cure Wounds? And where's the drop down thing that should have the? It didn't give me the query for it, so I'll just roll 2d8. Fuck the system. 2d8, so that's 12 plus 5, so he gets 17 hit points.
That's enough.
I just imagine that as my steel defender, my homunculus servant drops onto his chest and splays open, it just like sends a jolt of magic and electricity through his fucking chest to resuscitate him. And my ire is turned to this little fucking thing now.
All right.
Because I can not do any more actions because I use my bonus action and my action to do that. However, I'm gonna tell him to stay away, and I'm just gonna deal with this thing. Just recover yourself. He's also prone, which means he would have to use. He has enough movement to get over here, but still, if he gets hit again, he gets knocked down again. So I'll deal with this myself. Take a breather. That's the end of my turn.
Yeah. Okay. And he's gonna do just that, but I think he can throw his spear, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
he
has a
can.
20-foot range.
That is 20 feet, yeah. Yes, perfect. So he's gonna, like, stand back up just enough, well, and then line up his
So he's not
sights.
attacking with disadvantage. Right.
Yeah. And that's a 7. Well, that's an 8, so it hits.
That's an 8.
Roll damage. 6 damage.
Alright. I'm a fucking idiot. I could have silvery barbs that attack. Fuck, I'm an asshole. What's happened has happened. I was caught off guard. Don't worry about it. I wanted to heal someone for once.
You wanted to do something.
Yeah, I did. It was more dramatic.
That's true.
I got to command my army of machines.
Yeah.
So
Seeing its closest enemy is
come at me, bitch.
do this. That's a 7. We're just gonna, like, skip right past that.
Yeah, I'm going to fucking... Now that I've got my chance, sadly I don't have Green Flame Blade anymore, so I can't finish this man with passion. However, I will Branding Oh man, I really want to drop a Branding Smite on this fucker. Just to completely obliterate him. But, if I have to fight something else in this...
Ooh.
Like, my character's not that reckless. Like, he wouldn't waste magic on just dropping a Branding Smite on him. Damn it. I wanted to, but I can't. I will simply stab this man. Oh, it's a crit.
That's a crit, yep.
God damn it! I went Smite! No!
You want to
God
retroactively
damn
say
it!
you did?
Yes! I'm going to burn the Branding Smite on this fucker!
Alright, do it.
Okay, so roll the damage. That's 15 plus 10, 25, and then I'm gonna roll 4d6. I think Branding Smite's d6s. Let me check. Like my ire, yeah, it's 4d6. So and then 4d6, so 17. So I hit this thing for like what was that? Like fucking 42 damage.
Yeah. That you obliterated it. And you know what
It
else?
fucking explodes.
You know what else happens?
What?
You see, like, since a branding smite is fire damage, right?
It's actually divine. Well,
Oh.
not divine. It's radiant.
Oh, well, then never mind. That doesn't happen.
Oh, was there? We can say it's fire damage. Let me just double check because I have it listed as radiant, but it might be fire. Branding smite. I could be wrong, but let me just double check. Branding smite it's 2d6 fire damage.
Okay, so
No, it's radiant. I'm fucking stupid.
Okay.
I'm an idiot.
if it
Searing
had...
smite is the fire one. Searing smite is the fire one. I don't have searing smite. I have branding smite.
Branding smite, yeah.
Yeah.
If you had, something cool would have happened.
Damn it. And I don't have green flame blade anymore. Man, I could have
don't
green flame blade.
anymore.
I dropped it so I could get guidance.
Oh, that's fair.
God damn it. If I had my all-purpose tools, I would have used an action
I
to learn
guess-
green flame blade.
I guess roll a perception check still. Like, it dies, but roll a perception check.
Me roll a perception?
Yeah.
Fuck. Perception is really bad.
So...
Can any of the other creatures that are good at perception roll a perception, or is it just because I killed it?
Have both your Homunculus Servant and Steel Defender do it. Okay. Which one was the second roll?
The second one would have been the Homunculus Servant.
So the Homunculus Servant, what it notices is just like a string that was like attached to this creature just whisks back up away.
Okay, and that was... So, god damn it can't communicate that to me. damn it, it didn't matter then. That's information it can't confer, because if it was a thing that could have been noticed and I could have investigated later, I could have taken investigation if it pointed it out, but my homunculus servant can't, like, really do much to convey that information.
So
It could
Theo,
doodle it, I guess, but
yeah. So Theo, having gone through this, he's just like, that's so odd. Those things usually stay in the outer perimeter. Could have been either just that puppeteer freak letting them be able to roam free, or I don't know. It's just odd.
I think is what it is. I'm just gonna crack my neck. How are you feeling? You took a...
Surprisingly, it feels as if like it didn't even take that hit.
It wouldn't have if I had put not much you know. I completely glazed over the fact that I could have saved his ass in the first place. God, if you hadn't let him make death saves, that would have been pretty fucking depresso. Well, what matters is that we got out of this unscathed. I'm just gonna give him a look over with my terrible medicine skill. That's nature, not what I wanted. That's even worse. Great, I'm terrible at medicine. I rely fundamentally and totally on magic for everything I do.
Yes, you do.
But you look good to me.
I mean, you want to know something? The cure wounds that you rolled, it rolled one higher. Like, the dice itself rolled one higher than it would have actually taken to get him back to full health.
Oh yeah. That's a good. Then that means it was worth me using a second level spell slot. However, the branding smite definitely was not worth it. I just wanted to turn this thing into a fucking cloud.
Yeah. Maybe that's why your
Vaporized
perception
Kool-Aid.
roll on it sucked.
Yeah, that works. Anyways, I think we might have seen our fill of excitement. I'm gonna grab the 2 books I was looking at. Not much more I can do in here unless I'm gonna look at the map again. Is there potentially any more that could be learned? Do I get an inkling of anything? Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, go ahead, roll an insight check.
I have proficiency, but I have no wisdom. Hey!
So what you can glean is that, like, Garbuk, or, like, marked his map with, like, specific, like, his Dewey Decimal System basically is just, like, what he's found in those areas particularly.
Mm.
Like, this one, the area that you're in is, like, trying to make it work with, like, what you have.
The god of arts and crafts. Like, it's the area.
So you found a book on something that seems similar to the puppeteer. Like a fairy tale. And a book about ancient elven artistry. Maybe actually, you know what? This is just like ancient history. This section.
Well, I was looking into ancient arcana, so I don't know if I've really gotten what I'm looking for on this trip yet. I'm tempted to dive further, but I don't want to risk the life of the lad because I'm out of second level spell slots.
What second level spells did you use, or do you only get
Both
one?
branding smite and cure. I remember I used the second level cure wounds and I used branding smite. Both of those are. Yeah, I have 4 first level spell slots. I have already used magic weapon, so I guess we could, in theory, explore for another 40 minutes or so, but then start heading back because that magic's gonna wear off. On him. I have my ritual spells I can cast, but none of those are gonna assist us in a fight.
That's
And
up
I've
to
got
you
Silvery
to decide.
Barbs or Misty Step. I'll delve slightly further. We'll go no more than a mile farther, and then we're gonna turn back. I
Alright,
want his weapon to remain magical until Yeah.
Okay, let me roll this to see.
Ah, a 2. I get attacked by a moon dragon.
No. Through the mile that you travel, other than the 2 books that you already have, you don't find anything else of interest.
Damn. Well, not wishing to push my luck, despite having literal magic which can rewrite it, I will turn back.
You're
Less
just
so
like,
for my own sake and more for my comrade. He's a lot more wishy-washy when it comes to his own safety.
considering that he literally followed you into this place and
Yeah.
stared down a stared down a friggin'
Man literally walked towards the light and I dragged him back from it.
yeah.
So
He stared down death in the form of a large colony of slimes.
fucking sentient sun-kissed soda. Whatever it's called. A Sunny D!
Uh,
Someone added cornstarch to my Sunny D and now it's attacking me. God damn it.
oh my god. Anyway,
I knew it was an abomination from the start.
that's what Roy experiences. As for Crescent Moon and Carlia, I don't really have very much other than while you guys are delivering packages to, well, delivering things to houses, some of the houses just still seem to be vacant, despite the fact that through the day, most people should have returned by now.
Don't like
Is-
that.
Is that normal?
Not really. I mean, there aren't even like a whole lot of people here to begin with. So,
Hmm. Well, I suppose we can bring it up to Roy later.
right.
I'm so tempted to do something back with Roy again. Also having to do with Theo. Should I? Is the question.
Hmm. That's true. You are DM. You get final say.
I think I will. So, like, Roy, while you and Theo are returning, all of a sudden, like, Theo is talking to you about something. And just all of a sudden, he just, like, goes silent. Just like you seem to have.
Oh god, Slade, are you alive?
He's dead. Mans is dead.
Oh god,
He's fucking
we killed
dead.
him.
You killed him and now he's dead.
I can't believe you done this. He's dead. You killed my boy.
This is so fucking tragic. Maybe he just went to go like do something real quick.
Ah,
Yeah.
shit!
Oh,
I thought I had more time because I thought you guys were doing something. I was bringing the recycle bin in and I was also checking the mail because that's what the call was about.
you're good.
Oh,
You're
okay.
good.
All
Well, I
good, all
was
good.
just like having them do something real quick, and I was reminded that I was gonna do something with Roy still and Theo. I'll go through it.
He's
I'll say it again. Just like as you and Theo are walking back to town, Theo's talking to you about something when all of a sudden he seems to just go silent.
I'm gonna turn.
And it's then you
And look
notice
at him.
that he's not there anymore.
Did either my homunculus or my Still Defender notice this?
Perception.
Like, remember, they are always on high alert.
Perception.
From both of them.
Yes.
This is something that I wouldn't have had time to prepare for, so I wouldn't have given them guidance. So, there you go.
And as for what happened.
What the fuck are those rolls?
And
God.
they remain wonderful. What the hell?
23, 24,
Really good at
25, 23. They fucking see God himself part the heavens and bequeath me with divine knowledge. What the
Alright.
fuck?
Well, what kind? Dex is stealth is a dex roll, right?
Stealth is a dex roll. Yes, it is. And if something's sneaking up on us, I would say they'd probably both attack.
All right, so you're Steel Defender and Homunculus.
Well, my Steel
Servant.
Defender would probably try and grab it. My Homunculus Servant would.
Okay. So actually, he's not gone, but he seems to be like your Homunculus. Well, your Steel Defender seems to be grabbing onto Theo by his leg, trying to keep something from pulling him away.
Do we need to make contested strength checks at this point?
Let's do that. Yeah.
Okay, is he being pulled by something invisible?
No.
Well, the way I would know is like, does it look like something's grabbing him that we can't like see what it is, or is he being
Well,
pulled by some force?
huh.
Like, what I'm trying to get at is like, does it appear as though he's being pulled by like something physical that is invisible, or does it appear as though he's being pulled by a invisible force? Like, is someone casting telekinesis on him, or is like an invisible creature trying to drag him away?
I don't want to spoil this, so I don't know how to go about it.
Well, my Steel Defender would try and grab and hold on to him, and I would stab at the air in the direction that's trying to pull him, to try to see if something invisible's there.
Well, I can tell you right now, if you stab at something, that it's not gonna hit.
Yeah, my character doesn't know that. He's gonna assume something invisible's there, and like, other than that, he really can't do much other than attempt a strength check, which he's terrible at.
Yeah, what about your Steel Defender, though?
It's good at strength. It would already be attempting to do that.
Okay.
Athletics?
Yeah.
Fuck! God damn it!
God! Damn!
Can I say the thing I did instead is I put my shoulder on it and just pumped it with magic to give it guidance instead?
If you want to, try and give it guidance. See how it does.
I'm trying to overdrive the thing to make it like
It does.
do gooder. Do gooder.
Sadly, it doesn't. And Theo is whisked away into the darkness. Like,
Going
your
to-
Steel Defender tries super hard to keep grip on him.
Apparently not.
But
I maxed out his
Somehow-
stats in eyeballs.
somehow, goddamn, he's whisked away.
And I don't have time to like throw something onto him to like stick so I can chase like a point of light, because I was gonna say magic tinkering, but I already declared way too many actions to happen on my part at this point, so
Yeah.
I can't stick something onto him so that he's a point of light that I can chase after. Ah, for fuck's sake. My Steel Defender! Not my Steel Defender. My Homunculus Servant grabs onto him and gets dragged away as well.
Ooh, interesting.
So, and because its stealth is so fucking high, it's gonna sneak into his clothes, so whatever the fuck is pulling him away can't find it. And it's going to either attempt to, when it gets there, try to cut him free if he gets bound by something it can cut, and if it can't, it will try and find me with its grand total of 10 intelligence. Look, it's as smart as a commoner, so I'd assume it can at least attempt to not get lost. My Steel Defender would get lost in a fucking shoebox. So it's gonna get dragged away, and it's my. If I lose it, that was 100 gold worth of ruby that I'm never seeing again. But don't feel pressured to make it happen because I'm gonna lose material wealth. Let it happen. I'm gonna let my fucking my Homunculus Servant make its own decisions. It's a big boy.
How does Roy feel about this, though, after that happens?
He's just gonna fucking just be like, God fucking damn it! As he fucking goes to take chase, and I'm assuming he just can't keep up.
Yeah, no.
And now it's his fault, is all he's thinking at this point. He knew he shouldn't have brought the kid along. This is why he does things by himself.
Ooh. Ooh, damn.
Fucking kids. And he's gonna go find the rest of the party if possible.
Yeah.
And that's when it's gonna cut away from where I am to
Yeah,
wherever the rest of
back
the party
to
is.
what Carly and Crescent Moon are doing. They've already explained that, like, I've already explained that while they're doing their stuff, some of the houses that they are
Right.
delivering mail to are vacant of life.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if what's his name? The book guy. He had said that he had been noticing some things that he wanted to bring to Freya's attention, and I wonder if this had.
It's not correlated at all.
Okay, well, then maybe we should bring that to her attention. What do you think?
I mean, she would know more about this, wouldn't she?
Right. I mean, who knows? It has been a while since I've been here. Maybe there are just less people now, more people who left, but
then the thought crosses your mind as to why would you be delivering mail there if there wasn't somebody that lives there?
Right.
Friggin' telemarketers.
Fuck you, telemarketers. Fantasy telemarketers, fuck you.
Trying to
Yeah.
remind you about your cart's extended warranty. Yeah, this is fishy. We should go tell Freya about this.
I'm so mad. Because the one spell that can help in this situation is not an artificer spell. Bards, clerics, druids, paladins, rangers, and wizards all fucking have this spell, but not artificers.
What spell is it?
Locate object.
Mhm. Mhm.
What? That seems like the one thing that artificers would have.
Yeah, and it's a spell of which a level I can cast, but I don't fucking have it. God damn it.
Damn.
Why? Why is it
Because I need it in this exact situation.
No. Why is it this way that they don't have find object?
I don't know. It's just not.
Yeah, like what happens when your artificer just loses something and needs it? Like what the fuck?
Well, fuck you.
One weakness.
Clearly.
So
Ah.
off you go to Freya, I guess.
Indeed.
Actually, wait, before we if we're like at one of the houses of where one of the missing people was, could we maybe look around and see if we can find anything suspicious? That does it look like any signs of struggle or anything, or is it just
roll an investigation check?
Okay.
Crescent Moon, you want to do the same? Because I imagine you're gonna following suit. Dang. So far, you aren't truly able to tell whether or not there was a struggle, but everything seems to be normal.
Oh.
It's still sus. We're still gonna go tell Freya.
Yeah.
They don't find what's sus. Well, thankfully they didn't roll fucking insight and roll bad on insight, or else their characters would assume nothing. But their investigation just means they can't find out what's wrong. But there's something tickling at the back of their mind that something is a fucky wucky.
Thing is sus.
Indeed. So I'll have to tell Freya about this.
I'm also hunting down this fucking dragon because someone just got fucking snatched. Not because I think she did it, but because she's the only person strong enough to stop whatever the fuck that was.
You know?
And she should know.
I mean,
She should be informed.
she's a lawful good creature. So, like, she wouldn't...
She's also
do
a fucking
something
dragon.
like that. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I was saying, not that she did it. Like, I wasn't implying that she did it, but because she's the only one that's powerful enough to help us, as far as I know.
Right. You would just like meet in the hallway, like.
Also, she's been here the longest, which means she might know where it might have gone, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the... Obviously, he's going to be trying to find the rest of the squad, but... first and foremost, it's... Like, Brit. Yeah. It'll take several, almost probably an extra hour from my character, chasing after where he thinks he's hearing the sound of it from, and then making his way back.
Oh, you know what? Instead of your Steel Defender losing complete grip on it, the Steel Defender still has the boot. Still has...
His boot?
Yeah.
I mean, I have smell now for the doggo.
Yeah.
I was just my idea was that the wizard can pick up we could I would have torn a library apart to try and find a spell book with fucking the spell locate object and then completely be unable to learn it for some fucking reason and then hand it to the fucking to the wizard can you make heads or tails of this shit?
And she's just like, "Oh yeah, it's like this."
But we didn't do this thing such that, so therefore it's not even a goddamn first level spell, so I can't even make a fucking tattoo of it. God damn it.
Rip.
Because I can cast any first level spell as long as I spend a long rest making a tattoo of it. Big sag.
So yeah, I'm imagining that you guys meet up at So what I imagine is Freya has as she's gotten smaller and smaller, she's just progressively made smaller and smaller places for her to rest. So she basically exists in town square, and as she's gotten smaller and smaller, she has on a perch a little pet bed.
Oh.
And she's resting there on top of it.
Not a great time to be resting.
What is her current size?
How small do ancient dragons get? Well, how
remember, when they're ancient sun dragons, they're about the size of a dog.
Okay. So she's slightly bigger than a dog.
Cool. Curious.
Much like a boar, like a big pig. Except it's more slender and scaly.
A big scaly pig?
She's not. A big scaly pig with wings and can spit death at you.
True. So how do you report your findings?
Oomst.
To her, as she just wakes up and is like, "Oh, you three. What can I do for you?"
I'm not I burst in after they start giving their nice cordial report. I'm gonna burst in afterwards.
Okay. So Carlisle and Crescent Moon, how do you do your thing?
When we were doing some mail deliveries for some folks around town and noticed that a lot of people seem to still be missing.
That's odd. I would have thought that
Yeah.
everyone would have made it back to town by now.
That's what I thought too.
I mean, I guess there were some out in the outer rim. And
Hmm.
you and I both know how dangerous the outer rim is.
Right. I mean,
Hmm.
we didn't see anything particularly strange, but it was enough that, it still seems cause for concern to me.
I'll have to look into it. And it's then when Roy
As
bursts.
you hear in the distance, because this is out in the town square, right?
Yeah.
So you would just hear like the sound of my
Like,
boots echoing off the ground as
and
I'm
metal
running,
clinking as you're like, as
as
your
my steel defender also runs.
well, your armor also clinks.
Yeah, you're right. But the steel defender would pretty much drown out any sound I'm making because it's all metal.
Little boy.
Yeah. So you're gonna hear that sound fucking coming barreling towards you. I'm like, where the hell is everyone? Like looking for people. I'm gonna spot you guys and be like, we need to move now.
What do you mean?
One of the town's guard came with me to investigate a section of the library. We were on our way back, and just before we reached town, he was dragged into the darkness by some ethereal force. I couldn't
Well,
see what it
ethereal to
was.
you.
Yeah, ethereal to me. I didn't know what it was. That's how he would describe it, because he, went to do a stabby, so it wasn't an invisible creature, and I couldn't see what was pulling him. So he was dragged into the darkness. And just gone. So anyone know what the hell's up with that?
At least sounds like it could be the cause to our missing person problem.
Yes, but also there's a chance that it still could be just the ooze colonies.
It was not an ooze. I killed an ooze. What took him was not something I could perceive. Whatever it was not a slime, it was not goop.
Well, there's no ghosts that live here. They call this place their home.
I get my character getting slightly more short tempered because this kid is as far as he knows, this kid could be dying right now, and we're standing around talking.
You said this was near the outer rim of the library where.
Well, I don't know how far were we?
You
Were we
were
out at the outer
probably
things? Because the slimes, because when we were on
so
our way
I
back, you said
imagine.
before we got here, right?
Yeah, I imagine what happened was as you were starting to see the light of the town, just barely starting to see the light of the town, is when Theo got whisked away.
Yeah. And
God, I'm still so surprised by that roll. Good lord.
both of them, both my homunculus and my steel defender
No,
were
not about
on
your
top. Oh,
not about your
the
perception.
strength, the
Yeah.
athletics check. Yeah, no, that was pretty fucking bad. What can I say? It does not scale the steel defender does not scale hyper turbo well. As I level up, it will only ever get slightly better at athletics. Its perception, however, will get very good.
Yeah.
At max level, it'll be a plus 12. But its strength will ever only be plus 8 at max. Sag. Unless I give it gauntlets of ogre power.
Well, that makes me worry a little bit. And she just she stretches out her wings and starts to take lift off, and she's just like, I'll take a look into it. Do you have... And it's then that she's just like, Do you have any?
I'm holding the boot.
His.
I'm holding the boot.
Let's see. How good would a dragon's sense of smell be? Probably
I
not as
don't
good as a bloodhound, but
think
still.
the let's just say gold dragon right now. Gold dragon. The stat block, I'm pretty sure will tell us if it has keen sense. Do 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 do. Senses. It has a plus 17 to perception. It has a passive perception of 27. It does not, as far as I can tell, necessarily have keen sense, so it doesn't have advantage on like sniffer
Well,
checks.
probably.
But it does have a.
Rolling an advanced dice roll or 1d20 plus 17. Like, gotta say right now, probably. Yeah. Even with a mediocre roll like that.
Roll like a flat 10, and it's still like a 27.
Yeah. So she like,
Again, still within the ballpark of what my Steel Defender can do, if it rolls a 20. But
so she
it doesn't have. I haven't upgraded it with the olfactory combobulator
Module.
so that it can smell or whatever. You know.
Didn't give the lad a nose.
She gives.
I need to start giving him magic items because he can attune to his own. So I just start buffing that nerd up.
She gives it a good sniff and just like starts flying off in a direction. And she's just like, "You stay here. If I don't come back, then you worry."
That sounds like a terrible idea. I mean, she's a fucking ancient dragon. Whatever she comes across, she should just be able to fucking obliterate. But
I mean, but also remember what happened when you guys arrived here.
She's just incompetent. That's the problem.
No, it's more like basically what happened was with the puppet master, she didn't want to hurt any of her people. So like she couldn't do anything against him.
So now, the strongest person that could help us is going to leave without us getting any additional information. This is fact.
Yeah.
We need to find Bookman. He was carrying... Oh, shit. I saw that he was carrying a staff, right?
Yeah.
Can I make a fuck. I don't know if I should make a history or an insight check to determine if I could figure out if he had any magical knowledge. Did he look like he was a spellcaster of any kind, or if that stick was just for weapon?
It was a magic staff for sure.
Mm-hmm. But I need to make a roll to determine any of that.
I mean, I have no idea what staffs there are.
Okay. Is it a staff that requires attunement by a spellcaster?
Hold on, I'm gonna just type in staff and see what I get.
If it's a staff that's just for weapon, it could have been a staff of striking.
Yeah. The
staff of striking is a +3 quarter staff that has a number of I think it's 6 charges per day that you can use to pretty much just smite with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a +3 smiting quarterstaff. It doesn't even give you any benefit to spellcasting. It doesn't even require attunement by a spellcaster.
Very rare.
Yeah, it is very rare, but it's literally compare that item to winged boots, and I would say winged boots are way more broken than a staff of striking.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, roll a history check and roll a history and insight, I guess.
I'm not trained in either of those. Would the wizard like to do this as well, considering?
Yeah, sure.
Oh wait, I'm trained in insight and.
Okay, insight. You do remember him carrying a staff that looked kind of special in some way, and from what you can your insight tells you that from books and stuff that you've read about magical
Well,
artifacts.
I feel like the like making an arcana would determine what he was holding, and an insight would be determining if that means he's a spellcaster or not.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely a spellcaster.
Okay. I'm trying to think because, like, I know there are things that my character is incapable of, and tracking people down is one of them. I know it can be done with magic, but for some fucking reason I can't do it. I don't know. Does Carloya want to? My character's current idea is to track that guy down because he knows the most about these fucking dungeons at this point.
Yeah.
Also, Carloya,
I-
I'm sorry I kept talking over you. If you wanted to do a thing.
Oh, I mean, I was just gonna try and do a the same check that you just did, but where you got the 22 on insight, I don't think I need to. But
I mean,
Yeah.
you knew Garbook, though.
yeah,
So you,
You
already
also-
knew, because,
I
like,
would.
you,
Yeah,
you'd remember
I
from,
knew
like,
I
just
would've
your
known he
memory
was
of him
magic.
doing things like, creating, like, fractals of magic in his hands.
Prestidigitation.
magic.
Magic.
I do think
I
tracking
see.
him down to help us out here would be a good idea because he definitely probably he knows this place better than I'd guess anybody else, except for maybe Freya. But
Croissant, what is your take on this? You're also part of the party.
Well, the only other person that knows most, if not everything about this place just left us.
Exactly.
So it would be beneficial to find somebody who knows the same, if not a little more, about this place.
maybe, I mean, if that thing was relatively close to like here, it might be a good idea to try and just make sure, like, maybe I don't want to cause panic or anything, but we don't want anybody else being taken.
Well, we know of one person who we shouldn't be too concerned for. I don't know about the lads, but they well, not Gehrman. I was talking about
The old lady, yeah.
the old lady. Yeah.
She's fine, yeah.
Yeah, she's fine. I don't know about her sons, but they stay inside the town. So as long as they don't wander too far, I don't think they should be too
Also,
concerned.
Right.
roll an investigation check to see if you can
Whomst.
find Garbook.
Boomst.
All of you.
Oh
Oh god.
God, I wish I had my fucking auxiliary level. I'd have expertise in this shit.
That's oh dear.
I'm gonna give myself a.
Wow.
I'm gonna recenter myself and use guidance.
I'm not.
Oh
gonna tell you.
god.
That's an intimidation.
Why-
not
why did-
investigation.
What the fuck? Why I clicked on investigation?
Intimidating
Why
the
did...
walls to tell you
I got
where
a
to go, man.
17.
Okay, let's see. That's
Okay. So two of you are blind as a bat, and Roy is observant enough to realize that he's not at his stand, and he doesn't seem to have returned from it at any point.
God.
Dead.
Where did he go
Sick.
then?
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. He could have already been. If this like thing is taking more than, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Concerning.
Indeed. Well,
Quite.
let's not to jump to conclusions. Either he's been taken by the demons, or he's just not come back yet, and he'll be back tomorrow. Everyone gets the sinking feeling of like hopeful, like like wishful thinking. Otherwise, should healed up my steel defender. Yeah, I would have done that already. There we go. There we go. Because healing, it's free.
Whoa.
going to consider our options. Is there like a reliquary of arcane knowledge in this like town area, or has no one bothered to build a library inside the giant library?
I mean, from Ingar Book's stand, you can very much see like a bunch of books like everywhere.
If this man is an adventurer, would he happen to have a copy of his spellbook laying around?
Roll another investigation.
Here we go. Time to fuck it up. Slightly better. 18.
Yeah. Hmm. He has.
You see me rifling through his shit. Do I have to pick a lock? Like, force me to do something difficult.
He has scrolls of spells. Ones that he might have been interested in adding to his spellbook.
Like, I'm waiting for the first lockpicking check of this campaign. And I'm gonna surprise the fucking everyone.
I mean, do you want there to be like a safe where he might keep it?
No, because I don't want to risk failing. Unless this is to get additional things.
I mean, you have some. What kind of spells would I want him to have?
Look, I'm looking for one spell in particular.
I know which spell you're looking for. Find object.
Yeah.
Gearman
I
probably
don't-
has just been doing his own thing all day.
Yeah, he's just wandering around on like the other side of the library from where all of the fucking shadow demons are. And he's just like,
Alright.
oh,
Well,
that's pretty interesting.
from the
Finding a
scrolls,
cookbook.
you can't find it.
God damn it.
But he does have a safe.
Not breaking and entering.
This is all for the greater good. This is all for the
I
greater
look
good.
around. I look around really quick, like, take a quick look. 1 second. I have expertise in thieves' tools, which I actually need to add. I did not add that to my thing, so I need to go to core and I need to adjust this one. Efficiency, expertise. Okay, so I'm gonna lockpick this, and I'm gonna roll a fucking 1. No one here is proficient, so no one can aid me to give me advantage. So I'm going
We can
to
chance and go, Roy, you can do it.
say, yeah, commit a crime, do it, friend.
Come on, you got it.
All right. Here we go. Dexterity. Submit. Roll. Not bad.
Yeah,
I'm
it's not
rolling
terrible.
really consistently. Fucking
Yeah.
19.
Yeah. So
I rolled a 17, then an 18, then a 19. Let's go. Let's get that number up there. I'll get to
You're
a fucking
usually
30.
consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
you're able to crack open his safe and find his spellbook. And as you rifle through it, you do find the spell.
I don't understand his gobbledygook. I'm not a fucking wizard. I can't
Yeah.
translate this shit. Like, that's one of the core things, is I can't learn people's spells from their spellbook. 1, because I'm a prepared caster, and B, because wizards are weird fuckers that have to put everything in their own weird language. It's like every single test they took in wizard college, the teacher was like, now make sure to write it in your own words. So they all had to come up with their own fucking weird, fucked off language to write it in, so no one can
Every
understand their
wizard writes
gobbledygook.
their own version of shorthand.
Exactly. So I can't understand it. You have a chance of understanding it because you are a wizard, and it's specifically a thing
I
you can
understand.
do. It's all fucking moon runes. I don't practice moon runes. I practice arcane runes. This is fucking nonsense. I'm gonna toss the book to the side. Just rifling through, trying to find like a schematic of the dungeon or something. Like he's hiding something from me. He's gotta be. I find nothing any further beyond this. You can have the scene from here.
Yeah. I'll pick up the book and take a look at it and see if I can decipher any of what he's written.
Alright. Roll an intelligence check, not a save.
Would it be Arcana since this has to do with spells?
Actually, yeah, roll Arcana.
Oh.
That's an 11.
Would you like to get my attention to get an aid?
Yes.
I'll use the help action.
Yeah, use the help action. There you go. 25.
Like she translates everything into regular words, and I'm like, oh, this makes so much more sense. And I translate it back into highfalutin Arcana knowledge.
Which then Carlia opens her spell book and writes that down.
What do you do for the next 4 hours, Croissant?
Oh god. Probably panic a little bit, like, okay. People are still missing. Oh god, people are still missing. Ha!
So let's get find object in here.
Whoa!
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Tendo. I strong-armed you into giving us that spell.
I know.
It's
But it makes sense, because, like, you guys are going to be losing Gearman soon, and his just ability to sniff people out is...
And we don't have locate creature yet, because that's a 4th level spell.
Yeah.
And this is just locate object, which allows
And we
her
are
to.
in a massive fucking magic-y
So this
library.
is a ritual spell, yeah?
It is not a ritual spell. It will cost her a spell slot, but it lasts
Okay.
10 minutes, and she can detect. A specific object which she knows about, about my homunculus servant. She knows about the ruby because didn't she buy it?
One of you guys bought it.
Was it
All right.
Carlia or Croissant?
I don't.
I think it was
So-
Carlia because I think I passed the ruby to you because you were one of the ones that was going shopping. So you would be familiar with that object if you wanted to
Yeah.
use that, and you can detect it when you're within 1,000 feet of it.
Alright,
So
Carlia, I have added a locate object to your spell book.
Thank you.
And now,
Yeah, so I will...
do you want to grab the puppy for this? One last
As
hurrah
in-
with the puppy.
Doggo,
Yeah.
we can.
Okay, yeah. So you guys grab the doggo. He sniffs the boot, and like he gets a general. Hold on. Let me roll something.
He knows what I would assume that if he rolls well enough, he'll just know what tunnel to go down.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas,
You
locate
But, like,
object would show you a good path.
It would give her a very precise pinpoint of it when we're within 1,000 feet.
So it's a perception check with advantage. Is it?
Does he have just regular keen sense?
Heightened senses. You gain advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or smell.
So that would be perception, yeah.
Yeah. So roll this with advantage, boyo. Oh my god.
Did he roll bad? He rolled a 24!
No!
One last
God
hurrah.
damn!
That's a crit right there. Holy shite. Nice.
Like, Garrett,
Somebody
he
give him
just
a kitty
like
sack.
he sniffs the boot and he's just like, ugh, that's rancid. But then he's like, but I got my information from it.
Guards in their trench foot.
Fastest way would be, I think, that way.
He runs off on all fours.
Oh shit, I guess we gotta follow.
I mean, Carlia, you can cast locate object to get a more precise idea.
I would hold off on casting that because remember it's only within 1,000 feet. That's a
Yeah,
long
I
distance,
figured
but
it
it's
was.
not like I don't know how big these caves are, but if they're several miles, we probably can't cover too far of a distance in 10 minutes, and it will cost a 2nd level spell slot.
True.
You do have the spell refueling ring though, but
Right.
yeah.
All right. And with that, as you guys give chase to Gearman, that's where we're gonna end session for today.
Yes.
Cliffhanger.
Didn't get a long rest. I'm out of second level spells. Hell yeah. It's fine. I have first level spells.
Next session will be really interesting.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, gonna end stream now too. Thank you for
Bye,
anyone who's
stream.
in chat watching. That was fun.
See you next time, chat.
Bye bye.
Sorry for anyone that's tired of hearing my voice.
Bye bye.